maybe a tan. What do you have in tan that looks good but
Approachable.
Professional.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I think I have just the thing.
Oh, okay.
And he goes back and starts doing stuff in a little rack here.
He dusts it off. He's like, "Oh, our dustiest coat. Here it is."
Six sees it.
Yeah,
Goes,
he's looking through it all,
perfect.
and then he sees a trash can behind the rack. He's like, "That's where I put it."
There it is.
Perfect. I'll take it. Please. We just go back in this room. And he goes back into the room. Here's my love seat. And then changes and gets a laptop caught on his chair. Comes back in and just kind of like around. All right. How's it look?
I think you look amazing, Samuel. How do you think he looks? Does he look amazing or what? What do you think?
Much fitting for his personality, I think.
Definitely more like you.
But
Not,
here, it's your style. You see it for yourself, my dear Goblin Master.
I don't. And he just like forces Six to turn around to like the three mirrors.
I insist. You must know. And he turns. He forcibly. I'm assuming Catherine helps out with this.
Oh yeah, no,
turning him around to try and face him to the big like threefold mirror thing. With the little stand in front of it.
The 180 mirror.
And this whole time, Six has been desperately avoiding looking into that mirror.
My goodness,
as soon as you turn around,
oh.
it's been like really fun and like this whole montage up till now, and just like if this is a montage, this is where the music just cuts off. Because Six looks in the mirror, and you just see him freeze. Stare at his reflection. His arms go limp. He starts to like mouth something. Can't quite make out what. Then it gets a little bit louder and a little bit louder. You can just keep hearing him say, "Sorry."
Ermin, upon like seeing his reaction and hearing this, is just like dead sprinting across the store, like knocking over clothes racks if necessary. Dead sprinting across the store. Picking up Six and is just like dead sprinting back across out the door away from the mirror as far as they can get. Just leaving Cathrini in the dust, not knowing what's going on.
Well, Samuel, it seems that they were so shocked by how good they looked, they must have ran off. I will pay for that and I will meet up with them. Samuel, you did an amazing job today. Thank you so much.
That's what it was.
Suppose so. Very good. It's always nice having you back in time. Back in town, my dear.
So is Samuel. I will see you very soon. Remember, next time, have the oranges ready for me, please. You know how I'm a fall. And then she walks out.
Understand. Aw, kissies. Okay, so the camera then zooms out of the tailor shop and arcs back over the city and is now heading to, I'm gonna say, the northwest of the city. You can see like wide out in front. There's this sparkling sea. The sun is now moved to a different side of the sky, indicating that time has passed. Whatever you need to get that sort of imagery. It's now going over the city walls and across some really some verdant fields. And you see this vast vineyard, rows and rows of grapevines, and it catches this sort of cobble path through the field. And the camera keeps flying forward and gets to a house where you see Catherine and Ermin and Six standing in front of the door.
Well,
please.
Well, I'm gonna look at them first. Be like, listen, we're here now. I will do the talking. Just do
probably
just,
best.
Yeah, just you two do you, and I want you to know that.
Hide in the back and stay quiet. Got it.
Yeah, just behind me. That's perfect. That's great. Okay. Hands in and break. All right, and then we all walk in. Super awkwardly.
You just walk in.
I guess I'm like,
Yeah, so what I'm picturing is you go to knock. So like on the door itself, there's a beautifully engraved emblem. It's the sort of like emblem of the Stone family. It's like this curse of S, and one end of the S is like this like grape leaf, and on the other end of the S is like a bunch of grapes. And you like go to knock near it, and then your hand just drops to the doorknob and just opens.
Is there someone in the doorway, or is the door just already open, pretty much?
No, you just open the door, and you
you
walk right in, and you're.
I'm like, what's up,
And
sir?
Ermin just looks at Six like, what the fuck does she think she's doing?
And I'm like,
that's not how doors work.
It's her world now.
Come on, we're already this far in. Let's go. Come on. And I go through, and I go to the kitchen first. I always go to the kitchen because I have to eat. And I always know the Stones have a super secret Catherine only box of cookies that only I know about, only I've hidden there. So she goes in there and she grabs.
It's not that they have a box of cookies; is that you've hidden a box of cookies in their house.
But it gets lit every month. It gets lit every month whenever it gets low. So I go in there and she eats the cookie really fast. She's like, "Okay, we're already trespassing, kind of, but we have to go do this. So let's go do this." She then walks through the kitchen, and in the Stone family house, from what I remember, is they have this huge staircase that leads up to like the second floor, and then at the very top of the floor is the Stone family like room where they always hang out. It's usually it's the two household Stone members, and then sometimes the kids are there, but you know, it's the winter time, the kids aren't there, they're out skiing and shit, and the kids are probably dead too. I don't know. So who knows?
Yeah, you see a portrait. You see a portrait of the Stone family. You know, there's Ma and Pa Stone. I can't remember what their names are off the top of my head.
Ma and Pa.
They very much look like if you split Alistair into two people, one male, one female. That's what the parents look like. It's crazy. And you see a bunch of kids sitting around them. You see a couple young men and a few young women, and you see right in the middle there is a portrait of Alistair. In the portrait he's younger by a few years. I would say probably 6 or so years younger than what you had met him as for Six and Ermin. And off to the side, actually, everyone's kind of like in the same sort of like matching clothes. Like there's like a color scheme, like a pattern. Like everyone had like a theme that they were supposed to wear for the family portrait. But then there's a woman kind of off to the side who is like, she's technically matching the theme, but she's wearing armor where no one else is wearing armor. Catherine, you recognize this. You recognize this to be Sylvina. But with all your rumbling and ruffling about, you hear someone walking down the stairs, and a woman's voice calls out and says, "Al, are you back?" And she comes around the corner and looks down and sees, "Oh, Catherine, I see you let yourself out. You let yourself in as you always do. I'm assuming there's less cookies in the kitchen than there were before."
You never lock the door, you know? I mean, what do you expect? You never lock the door. It's your fault. But...
Suppose so.
Yeah, but, I'm sorry for barging in the way I did. We just came to... We have some news, and, we wanted to come up and talk to you both. Is father around? She calls him father.
Yeah, no, I'll go grab... Is this about Sylvina? Have you heard from her?
We'll get to that. How about we just go sit down first, and then we'll talk about all of that, okay?
Sure. Catherine, you actually, I'll have. We're a wealthy family. I'll have like servants do this shit. Calls to a servant. Just go put some hors d'oeuvres or some fancy rich people food shit out on the table. Everyone go. Catherine, you can. I see you have friends.
Yes.
With you. And she kind of like eyes Six whenever she says that, because there's just like this dirty looking goblin in her living room. And she says if you could lead them to the parlor. Myself and Mr. Stone will join you shortly.
Yes, perfect, wonderful. Thank you so much. And then I pick up 6. I'm like, you have to fucking clean off that coat for a second, dog. You have to
Coat that you got me at the
some
table.
dirt off. I fucking got you a coat that wasn't dirty. It was just dusty. You didn't wish to turn anything off of it. You just left it all on.
Okay.
And then just a mountain of dust just comes off the jacket onto the floor.
It's just like a pile on the floor.
Just it's a gross amount. And then
you see a servant like sneak up and starts like with like a dustpan and a little broom just.
I'm like, that's James. James is really cool. He's a cool guy. James, the man.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Let's. I'm not comfortable here. Let's just get on with this.
Yeah, you just stay behind me. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. Ermin, you just stay next to me. It's good. It's fine. It shouldn't be too much. It shouldn't be too much. It's fine.
Yeah.
So you guys all get to the parlor. Yeah, and I would say probably 2, maybe 3 minutes pass, and you can hear two pairs of footsteps coming down the hall towards you to the parlor, and you can hear Mrs. Stone's voice say, it's Catherini. She says she's brought some friends. She says she has some sort of news and wanted us to both be here. And they walk in, and it's Mrs. Stone, Mr. Stone in tow. He walks over to you, Catherini, and goes to like give you like a familial sort of hug. He says, Catherini, it's so good to see you again. We haven't had a visit from you since the funeral. So it is really nice to reconnect. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you as well. And I just like I give him a hug and I'm like, what's up, Grape God? Because like we're really cool like that, we're really tight. I'm like, what's up, Grape God? And I'm like, yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough since Father's died, and it's good to see you both. I'm sorry to come unannounced to your home this way, but I felt like the news we had to bring you was of most importance.
No, don't worry, Catherini. You know that we treat you like family here, and well, family doesn't need to knock on the door. And he and Mrs. Stone go off to a sort of like love seat sort of couch, kind of like the one behind Rance, except fancier. And
ornate
and they sit down and they look over at you and they say, so what's the news that you have?
I'm glad you asked. So, as you know, recently Alistair and actually I were in the same location. We had some business dealings at Oktoberfest, and we ended up I had a great cookie sale. It was a great cookie sale. You know how cookies go over there. As monsters love
it's usually a smash there. Yes, indeed.
It's a smash. It really is. And I saw Alistair for the first time in many years, and we reconnected for a little bit, and we found this gang here, and we went along to assist the man, the man, the big guy, Stout. Stout.
Lord Stout, yes, of course.
Yeah. Listen, semantics. So, long story short, we got into kind of Noom, how would you describe what we got into? You would say, and I look at you.
Well, I think we should just say it as it happened. I'm Noom. No, he uses goblin voice for this. Yeah, I'm Noom. I had the pleasure of meeting Alistair. We got in the middle of a god-killing witch coven.
Oh my, that sounds serious, they say to one another. Seriously.
Very serious.
Seriously.
So serious. And Noom, I got it from here. I got it. You can sit down. So yes, as you can see, we did have kind of a debacle, and it did come to a head. As you can see, we made it out. Great stuff. But we got to the end of the road, and there was a small problem. We went up there together.
Problem.
Yeah. We went up as a team to put a stop to this, and there was a choice that we had to make as a group, And you know how Alistair is. He's always so selfish sometimes with his decisions. And Alistair
What are you saying,
ended up.
Catherine?
Uh, Alistair's gone. Um,
Gone,
he's gone.
gone where?
That's the thing. So he had to make a decision to save a child, and he had to, you know, it was a choice of this child or him to save most of the land, and he sacrificed himself to be able to give back, the world pretty much, and he's gone, and I'm sorry I could do much more to protect him. He's gone, and I didn't help, and I'm sorry, and I couldn't find your daughter, and it's been rough, and I'm so sorry that your son's gone.
Catherine is trying to explain all of this. Ermin just comes up behind her and pats her on the back and like tries to comfort her as best as he can, even though he doesn't know how to.
And she's like, she's sulking. She's on the ground. She's just tearing. She's just bawling, and she's like at their feet, just like, I'm so sorry. I couldn't do anything for him, and you've lost so many children, and this is just one more on top of that. And I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Mr. and Mrs. Stone are. You see that they kind of like reach for each other's hand, and they're. I would say I feel like this is a little gender normative, but like Mrs. Stone is probably is probably starting to cry, or they both kind of look in shock. They both kind of look like they're in shock, like hearing this news, and Mr. Stone says, first Sylvina, and now Alistair. This is terrible.
I understand.
Were you with him at the end?
Yes, I was with him, but I couldn't control what he was doing. I couldn't help. I couldn't stop him. He was, he was Alistair. And she like jokingly smiles,
Yeah.
And you would have been proud of him though. He did what you would have wanted him to do in terms of that situation. If I could take his place, I would, and if I was given that right, I would do it. But he decided without all of our consent, and he just went for it.
He puts one of his hands. Both of them were on his wife's hands, but he puts one hand on your shoulder as you're saying this, and he says, I'm just glad he wasn't alone at the end there. I'm glad that you were with him, with friends.
He would not be alone in that situation. I know if he was to go in there alone, it would, probably wouldn't have gotten that chance. So I've let you down twice now. You've had 2 children come and go, and the Pepperidge Farm family is ever so lucky to be able to be around you, Stones, and they were like family to me as well, and you are as well, and I'm sorry again that there's a second loss.
I understand. Catherine, do you mind? Mrs. Stone and I think we just need to go talk privately. Now I'm so sorry for us to leave you on these terms, but please, James will see to anything else that you need, and you two, Noom and I didn't get your name, but I out of character know that it's Ermin. You are both guests in the Stone household, as friends of Alistair. I'm so sorry. And he and they both get up, and they leave the parlor.
Catherine, lets them leave, and he turns around to Ermin and Noom, and so that fucking sucked. That was terrible.
You got through it. It's gonna be hard when you've known him that long and known the family so long.
Yeah, I'm impressed they took it as well as they did. I was very nervous that they would, be more distraught.
I mean, they've been through it once already, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess it's easier the second time around. I guess in my eyes. Do you?
It's morbid, but it's true.
Yeah, it really is.
Pat, do you want to stay around for the funeral?
I think it'd be only right.
Or memorial, whatever they're having.
Yeah, I think it'd be only right that we go ahead and stay for Alistair's sake. And I know that the Stones would, like to, be around people that he was around with last. So, yeah, I assume he'd want to stay. I motioned to James, and I'm like, James, we need the Catherine room, please.
Yes,
you have a room and you have cookies.
Yeah, we're like family.
Okay.
I have my own room.
So James leaves to go and prepare the Catherine room.
So.
Cat. Friends die. And whenever it happened, I like to remember them in a fonder light than the way that they expired. What's your favorite memory of Alistair?
That's a good one. I would say when we were both 6, or he was, close to, we were about the same age, 6, 8, whatever. We were out in my in the cookie farm field, and it was me and him and Sylvie, and we were all just having a good time. And he had fallen this time, and this was after that coin thing that I had told you about. This is after that. He had fallen this time into a river, and it was my turn to save him. And so what I did was nothing. Sylvie had to save him. And but a good leader doesn't do everything she has to do. And so when he got pulled out of the river by his little sister, I looked him in the face and I say, "You fell in the river now." And that's my favorite story of him. That was my most cherished memory of him, was just really rubbing it in his face, even in death. Is that morbid of I don't know. Is that weird?
A little
morbid,
it's just kind of
pats
it
you on the
makes
back
sense
as
with your
we're guided
friendship.
to the Catherine room.
Yeah, let's just go up to the room. Let's just be done with this right now.
Okay, so as you guys go off up to the Catherine room, the camera pans out back out of the window again, and up back over the fields where all those the vineyards are, and it shifts over to a different part of the property that the camera hadn't droned over previously. And you see that you see that there is a graveyard. Sort of looks like it's a very small graveyard. Looks like it's pretty restricted to this family. Yeah. And this is just gonna be real quick. It's kind of like a little bit of like a montage sort of thing. Sure, it's raining. It's a sad day, and you see there's like the whole religious procession going on. Everyone's wearing black. It kind of like goes onto the various faces. Mr. and Mrs. Stone. There's some other boys and girls that kind of look like Alistair. You can assume brothers and sisters, perhaps. And you see Catherine. Catherine, just real quick, what are you wearing?
I think today,
at Alistair's funeral.
Who are you wearing?
I think today she's toned it down. So. Little, like 0 to 5% ruffles, all black, very little purple and red. She has yellow laces though. She doesn't have yellow laces, so she has like these nice yellow laces. She has like this black dress, very little ruffles, very little ruffles, not a lot of ruffles. She's very reserved today, very reserved, mostly black.
Okay. Perfect. And the camera just keeps kind of like going around to the people that Alistair's life had touched. But you don't see Six and Ermin in the crowd. The camera kind of like goes over to just down the road at the city walls, and it looks like Six and Ermin are kind of just are there. They're kind of like looking in the direction. You guys are looking in the direction of the vineyard, but you chose to you chose to not attend the funeral. You had already paid your respects in the place where you had met him back on the island. The camera fades to black for now, and you see there's a little bit of a time skip. You see the group kind of like traveling along. They kind of like go from town to town. You see Six like looking over at in a fighting pit, if I remember what you wrote correctly. Yeah. So they're in the city or city/town of Limestar. And you see Six looking at a fighting pit. He's watching someone fight. And there's they have a short conversation. It's a dwarf woman that Six is talking to. I'm sorry if I'm just kind of like going through this as you wrote it.
Good.
Oh, this is okay. Okay. Dwarf woman. She introduces herself as how are you pronouncing her first name?
Jacinda.
Jacinda. Okay, I wasn't sure simply because of how much
white person
Hispanic influence you put in your writing. Yeah. Jacinda. Yeah. So she introduces herself as Jacinda Redak. Six is asking a lot of questions of her, and he shows her his sort of like his divine right ability, his blood right ability on his rapier, and she shows him her crimson right ability on her weapon. And there's sort of like a little like flashback within a flashback of like her and someone else, like, you know, like they had ingested like toxins, you know, just sort of like explaining how there's multiple ways to become what Six is, a blood hunter, but it all kind of revolves around certain trauma. Fades to black again. More time passes. You guys are now in the town of Gold Run. Camera zooms in on the this establishment called the Purple Pig Tavern, and inside the three of you are sitting at a table, you know, eating, sharing a meal, sharing drinks, and someone walks with a messenger bag and hands you all letters with your name on them, and on the back of them a sealed stamp. And a sealed stamp on the back with a spider on a web, and you open it up to sort of like read the sentence that I had already stated in the plot hook in the beginning. Fades to black again. A little bit more time passes. The camera like goes down a road. It goes to a sign that says Proceres, 30 kilometers that way, or some shit like that. Indicating that they're on their way back to the city of Proceres, where we're at a little campsite. There's a small tent on the edge of a fire. Looks like in the middle of the woods, a little bit of a ways off from the road. This is kind of like in an in-between zone. There's not any town around, so you kind of had to rough it. Except Catherini's there, so it's not really that rough. And it kind of the camera like zooms into to Kat and Ermin, sitting around their sort of like campsite. You can see Kat sort of explaining the concept of glamping to Ermin, who is just kind of like,
Why? Why do you need
He's
glamping?
just kind of like
You
listening,
have camping. Why do you need glamping?
yeah,
you have
you guys
camping.
are sitting there talking.
I'm waiting for that.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, isn't this great? Don't you love this? Isn't this so nice? Like, look at this. We have a heater, and we have. I mean, no.
All you need is a blanket, the ground, and a fire. Or a tree.
Listen. No, I'm not gonna sleep on the ground. I'm not gonna sleep on the ground. I am not gonna sleep on the ground, and I'm not gonna let you sleep on the ground. I got you a bed. I got you a bed right here. It's a nice bed. And where the hell 6 is that? No, but listen, I got you a bed. I care about you and your back. And sleeping on the ground like that is not gonna be good for your back. I got you a bed for a reason. Stop arguing, okay? It's a bed. And wherever 6 is at, his bed isn't even being used. I don't know where his bed's at. Fucking, I got him a bed, and he's not here. Where is he at? He's taking shit in the woods. What are you doing?
I think he's reflecting. I think
Whatever.
he's still
But
reflecting.
Listen. You are up. You would be happier. You wouldn't be happier if. Listen, I got gourmet meals here. It's a gourmet meal. Whatever. Fine.
It's camping.
You're ungrateful. Whatever. Fine. And she turns around, eats her food. She's like, you don't even know what good is, do you?
You don't even know what good is.
Oh my god.
Monster.
Whatever.
Alright, fine. I'm gonna go to bed. I don't want. No, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. She
Don't
eats her
forget
food.
what's in the doc, the Google Doc.
I do remember what's in the Google Doc, and
Do you?
I do because I know there's a part that's gonna come up in a second. It's gonna be fucking wild. But how do I get there?
You mean resend it?
No, I have it. I feel bad now.
I was gonna say this person.
There's a part here that has to happen, and I know this part. Give me a second. Shh, quiet.
What's my line?
What's my line? Hold on, find my line.
No, it's not your line, Jake.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's what's Cat's line.
Jake, you're not up yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if anyone on Twitch is wondering, Jake's character has yet to be introduced. That's why we haven't really done anything with him yet.
No,
because he was playing Alistair, and Alistair died as we've all acted out.
I'm just eye candy for this stream. So
You're always
say
eye
yeah.
candy.
The Zoolander icon.
I say vaguely, and then there's some people that should be coming around.
Before that.
No,
Before that, you have one line before that. That starts it.
Hey, Ermin, I was hoping 6 would tell me, but what was that with 6 in the tailor shop?
Yeah, so I guess at this point he's probably okay with me telling you about all this, but you remember months and months ago back when we were on the island, and he went on that big yelling match and was kind of getting on to you, once we were done talking to that really, really crazy midwife? Well, he said you couldn't fathom it, how deep of depths he had to crawl out of just to get to where he was today. You remember that?
That was oddly no. Not really. I'm sorry. I don't. I apologize. No.
Okay. Well, although you don't remember it, his description of how much it took for him to get here was literal. When I first encountered him, when him and I first met up, he literally just had that necklace that you see him wear all the time, and that's it. That's all he had. And he told me that he had just climbed out of this mass grave. So you know me. I gave him some food, I gave him some water, and I helped him trace back his steps to figure out what was going on, where he came from. And about a mile away from there, we saw this mass grave just full of goblins and kobolds, and unfortunately, most of them were just pieces.
What do you mean pieces?
Pieces of them. Like there was some random arms and legs and heads and different organs, and none of them were actually attached to a single body. And so I turned back to him and I asked if he needed anything, and all he asked for at that time was a mirror. So I gave him the one I carry in my pocket, and when he looked in it, he had that same reaction that he had back in the shop.
Did he?
Kat, you're cut off as you're cut off as a man steps out of the shadows. He stands behind you with a rifle in his hand, aimed at Ermin, who sits casually by the fire. And he says, "All right, nobody needs to get hurt. Just hand over your coin. We'll be on our way." And as he says that, two other men step out with revolvers in hand.
I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Cat.
All
Cat. It's okay. Guys, I don't think you want to do this.
Oh, I think I do, boy. But the bandit to the left, all of a sudden, one of the revolver bandits, all of a sudden drops his gun, and he just gets yanked back into the darkness. And all that you hear is the sound of metal slicing into flesh and a muffled cry. And the main one turns around and goes, "What the fuck?" But he's cut off as the bandit on the other side of him also gets yanked back in the darkness, and his gun is thrown back into the light. The main bandit with the rifle looks down at you, Ermin. And he finally notices that you're not casting a shadow. You can see fear start to paint his face as his color pales in the firelight. And he turns around at the sound of footsteps. And out of the darkness comes you, Ermin, grinning ear to ear. And he stumbles backward, his rifle dropping and clattering in the dirt. And he looks up to you and he says, "What are you?"
And so you see Ermin's face briefly flashes from his normal human-looking face to this just pale skin, white hair flowing out, just completely white eyes. There's nothing else to him. And you see he now raises his sword over the bandit, and a drop of blood. You now see a drop of blood on Ermin's face. The man winces and tries to scurry back, and Ermin replies, "Death."
Woo! Yeah!
The camera fades to black one last time, and it fades back in on the group of everyone in Proceres, Dane and Katharini and Six and Ermin, or Arx at this point, all back together.
But yeah, that's when I suck your toes again. You know.
Six finishes telling his story.
Dan goes, "Oh shit."
Yeah, it's pretty heavy stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm ready. I think we're ready to head on to Dewhurst.
Arx is fucking gross. When she turned out, listen, that night, that camping story,
Shut up.
the camp.
Right, I go, "Cat, come here.
What?
Arx is always fucking gross."
Yeah, but like
You guys.
you didn't see him. You didn't see him. He fucking murdered this dude. I was trying to eat my curry rice, and he just fucked him up. Just murked him.
Did you have your rice good?
Yeah, it was so good. It was really good. And he was complaining about it the whole time. I was like, dude, it's fucking curry rice. It's really good. And I have a bed and everything. And I pay like 100 extra coins to fucking get the blood out of my fucking coat and the bedspread. Like, you know how expensive getting blood out of stuff is? It's expensive.
Yes.
And then he looked at me. He looked at me like I was crazy, and his face covered in blood. And I was like, I'm going to bed now. And you know what I slept next to? A fucking dead body. Not like he took care of it. He just left it there. Whatever.
Food
What?
for the
It's fine.
wolves.
You didn't hear shit of that, Ermin. Stop. Don't talk. It's just me doing it now. But-
Still food for the wolves.
But you know, yeah. So I'm just saying, this person's fucking crazy. I don't know how you dealt with him for this long, but let's fucking go. It's been long enough, 4 months. And I'm like, yeah, Ermin, all right, what's up, buddy? Double guns. All right, so did you? And Catherine pulls out this letter.
Oh, y'all got that too?
You got this? You got
Yeah,
this
you
too?
got that as well?
Yeah.
Pull
What
mine
did
out,
yours
I'm
say?
like,
What did yours say?
fuck you, this is the exact same thing y'all says.
Mine says two for one, half sluts off on Tuesdays. I think I got the wrong coupon. I got the wrong coupon, I guess.
Oh, I don't think you're supposed to come with us, Kat. Go back home.
Oh wait, and then Kat pulls back. She goes back into her pocket, like, oh, sorry, no, here's the one. Yep, here it is, right here. Got it. Sorry about that.
Yes.
You guys would remember that at the end of the big battle on the island, that as you were sort of like cleaning things up, Mustachio, who was the agent of the Weavers, who had been your sort of like ally towards the end there in the whole conflict, told you that any sort of like tavern or establishment with pig in the name has connections or is either has connections or is directly owned by the Weavers. And that if you were ever to receive a letter inviting you to dinner at a tavern with pig in the name, that it is because he is trying to reach out to you, and he'll likely have information or have learned something about what happened to the missing Sylvina stone.
So yeah, I'm gonna follow this because I told parents that their child has died. This is the second time. I'm 0 for 2 right now, so I'm gonna go find her. You guys, we gotta finish this together. We can do this. She looks at all of you.
This far. Are you stopping now?
Wait, let's do this, bro.
Are you huffing Mad Cotton there, Dane? Are you huffing Mad Cotton?
Sorry.
And then
I didn't know you
Kat,
picked up smoking. It's a bad habit.
It's a bad habit. You know, you're gonna hurt your lungs. We need you out here ripe, ready to go.
As you look at Dane, you notice he's a couple pounds thinner than what he was when you last saw him. He's real twitchy.
Oh my god. Wait, did you get the stuff there?
He got the spice. He got the spice.
You got the
Sharp sugar.
spice. You got that sharp sugar. You know Spool. You know Spool Danger, right? You heard of him.
Yeah. Have you seen him lately?
Are you on the same shit he's on? Are you doing that same shit he was doing?
If he's still alive at this point in the timeline, he'd be old as hell.
He'd be like fucking like.
No, I'm not on any drugs. It's been a hellish 4 months, man.
What happened on your end? You tell us more about what happened to you.
When we get out of this town, I will gladly do it.
All right, let's go.
So you
And
did
then,
get into trouble.
Let's
On train.
you know what? Let's go ahead and take the scene there. You guys are on the road south now.
There is-
Let's say whenever you got into Proceres. So if you were to leave Proceres, it's in the morning. You'll get to Dewhurst that night around dinner time. So
Din
that's the time that you guys are on the road. I'm just determining that length right there. So a day on the road, you guys don't need to camp or anything. You just need to
Oh,
keep
good.
the road
No more
for it.
glamping.
hey, I thought you enjoyed glamping. You said you liked it. You said you enjoyed it after. Oh, you lied.
Not worth the time and the money it requires to glamp when you can just camp.
James set it up though. James was there. He was setting it up for us the whole time. You know James from the Stone household.
Yes,
Okay.
I know, Jay.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Okay, let's get on. Let's get on the road. Get on the road again. copywritten. Copyright strike.
We're not making money.
Is there anything you guys want to talk about, or do you want me to jump into scenery description and narration for Dewhurst?
I want to know what Dane was doing for the last 2 months. Cat is like hounding him. He's like, she's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? Answer me. Cat says.
Oh fuck, who are you talking to?
You!
Sorry, I was reading chat. What'd you say?
Tell me about your adventures.
So, you know, Mustachio, he hooked me up with a mentor, you know? So I have not come up with any stories, so I'm fucking off the top of my head, whatever I say. It's canon now.
Do it. Go. Canon.
So I met them here, you know, we split up at Proceres. I went and met them. Fuck. Hang on. Was it he or a she? Did we ever say anything, Thomas?
I literally never specified their gender. I always
Okay,
refer to them with they them.
They're non-binary.
Wait, is Ermin, by the way? What is Ermin? What is Ermin? I always forget.
No, hey,
Ermin,
right now.
Ermin male, Art non-binary.
Got it. I'm just gonna call you they then all the time. Okay, perfect. They.
That works.
She was so cruel. You know, she sent me on missions, you know, to scout out, you know, wealthy people's mansions, you know. She was just wanting me, just trying to train me, but if I made the slightest mistake, you know, she hurt me. He breaks into tears.
I put her name for you if you forgot in the Discord chat.
Was it Zane Zool?
Yeah.
Double Z. ZZ.
That's about it. I didn't do anything myself that was bad. If I didn't train properly, she hurt me. But you know, I learned a lot. You know, and I'm prepared to be a stronger component of this team here.
Like, what did you learn that? What did you train on?
You know, espionage, being a stealth boy.
Right. So,
What the fuck?
after a nice long day of peaceful travel and sharing stories to an extent, you all finally arrive at the town of Dewhurst. The population here is only somewhat smaller than the packed city of Proceres to the north, but this area is intensely agrarian. This has led to folks being spread out across farmlands that span for miles along the road and encompassing the entire area between you and the far-off wooded hills to the east. The wide road narrows as it enters the urban center. Certainly a bustling town with ample amenities for the surrounding countryside, but not something any cultured folk would call a city. Dusk is now falling as the populace begins to shift from the shopping area to the various inns, taverns, and saloons that pepper the town square, where the road splits into 3 directions. Just off the main thoroughfare, you see a man emerge from a door, lighting up lanterns for the evening that illuminate a sign depicting a fat pig with a small bird standing on its back. The Pig and Finch Tavern. You remember the potted pig that served as a front for the Weavers back in the city of Dorningstar. It was barren and existed solely as a hideout for Mustachio and Green Eyes. But as you approach the Pig and Finch and look inside, you realize that this is not the case here. The inn is moderately busy, with various groups eating and drinking, while a woman sings on a raised stage. And I'll go ahead and move you over to the Pig and Finch Tavern.
Is it not Catherine singing on the stage? It's another person?
No, it's another person. There's someone that's already been hired for staging. You guys can go ahead and move your tokens to the western door right there.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh, I look so cool!
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
North, south, east, west. West is the left.
I love my little
Left. Let's just say left.
West is the left.
Yeah, so there's various groups eating and drinking around. There are
Is there a
there's the
Billy?
woman on the stage. What?
Is there a Billy?
Is there a Billy?
No Billy.
Yeah.
No
talking-
Billy.
what are you
Billy's-
talking
Billy's
There's no
gone.
Billy.
No Billy.
Okay, never mind.
The kid.
Everyone
from,
kind of
months
like
ago.
looks at when you say is there, you just like walk in and say is there a Billy? Everyone just kind of like looks at you just like the fuck is this guy talking about?
Look, you mean a child? Is there a child here? No. No child here.
On the far
Is
end
there a
of the
Billy
bar,
or
on the
Billy
far end of the
in the
establishment, you
church?
see that there is a staffed bar to the back of this open dining area. That would be here. And to the right-hand side of the building, you see some closed-off rooms here and here, which are labeled on the map, but it's whatever. You guys.
Well,
Sid?
Catherine goes all the way. She's like, "All right, guys. Well, we're at another tavern, so that means we're in for another fucking adventure. So I'm gonna go to the stage and do my little ditty, and I'm gonna impress everybody, and we're gonna
There's
fucking do
somebody
great
already
shit.
on the stage, Caprini.
Nah, I do it for free.
There's
Wait until they
somebody
get done. Don't
already
wanna-
there.
Intrude on anybody else's art.
Fine,
Yes.
fine. Okay, I go over to here where the bar person is, and I'm like, "Hi, good afternoon," and I pull out the
How can I help you?
Oh, I'm doing quite well. So first off, how do I get on the list to perform tonight? I'm also a bard, Catherine Pepperidge. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice. Of the Pepperidge family?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, wow. Love your cookies.
Oh, thank you. Also, do you love our accent surge? Boom! And she slaps it right on the table. She's like, accent surge by the Pepperidge family.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that you had expanded your industry.
Yes, we own accent surge now. So, just
However,
for the-
bringing your own food and drinks inside the tavern is a little frowned upon. So,
she
I mean,
slaps the accent-
as notable as a family you are.
She just like puts it back in her pocket. She's like, yeah, okay, no problem. Yes, playing tonight. What's the order on that?
Cat.
Um,
Cat.
Well, she has been hired to stay for most of the one sec. She's been hired to stay for most of the. Who are you? I thought you were waving at me, but
No,
you were
I'm
waving
waving
at everyone else.
Cat.
Once she finishes, I'll come back over. I'll be like,
Oh,
one
yeah, no.
second, Noom. 1 second. sir."
I'm like right behind you, just like Cat.
One moment.
We have her booked for the night. If you wanted to play tomorrow night, we could get you on the list for that. Or I guess like she's gonna take a break, in the next 30 minutes or so. And if you talk to her, you can sort something out.
Sounds good. Question: How do you feel about
Yeah.
this word? Mustaches. And she winks.
Mustaches.
Mustaches, and she winks at him really hard. She's like, mustaches. Mustaches.
So I pushed her aside.
It's-
Excuse me.
It was an elf.
He's
Yeah,
elf.
elf man, tall-ish, less tall than this Amazonian.
Elf
She
man,
looks like
perfect
you.
mustache. Yeah, I think I do know who you're talking about. Yeah, if I think of the most perfect mustache I've ever seen, then we might be thinking about the same person. How could you forget that mustache? But
So
he hasn't been around here in several weeks. Are you looking for him?
yes, we were told to meet him here.
And then Cat flashes the thing. She's like, this? This thing? This thing?
You flash the letter.
Yeah, I'm like, this thing? But like, I'm really secretive. I'm like, you know it?
It looks like you
So
just
once you show the letter, she kind of says, okay. Yeah, I was told about you. Are you all here? I was told there'd be 4.
The Ellers are behind us.
Stage, on the
Urban
stage.
sitting by the fireplace.
Points over there.
Okay. All checks out. And she goes back to the back room, and grabs. It looks like she grabs something out of a drawer or a chest or something. And she comes back and she slides a key across the the bar at you, and she nods over to the private dining room that's right here, and she says dinner will be waiting for you in that room.
All right, 6, grab it. I trust you the most.
Yep, 6. Motions for the others to come on.
But before they go in
Grabs
there, she's like, "Give me a second." And Kat like jumps on stage and is like, like just like super.
She
and she's like, "I'll be here
notes.
tomorrow." And then back over here. Okay, we're over here.
The woman who was already singing up there is like, what the.
Right, Mariah Carey.
Super
Just
weird.
like completely thrown off by it. Okay, so as you guys all go in there, including Ermin, so you walk in. So you use the key and you unlock the door. And inside you see a table in front of you with a spread of food. It looks like there's already been food prepared and waiting for you there, four servings each. But at the head of the table, you see someone sitting there that looks like they're already just about finished with their meal. Jake, why don't you go ahead and introduce your character?
Yeah, hello, it's me. I'm in this game too. So, yeah, sitting at this head of the table, finishing your meal, you see this human woman of kind of medium height, about 5.5 feet tall. She's got gray eyes and long black hair. The hair kind of reaches down about the top of the small of her back. And the more observant will also notice that she has this weapon harness that houses a dagger sheathed on one side, and then a cylindrical rod on the other. The dagger looks a bit ornate, but what you can tell, pretty standard. The rod looks more metallic, and looking closer, you can see that it has a few multicolored buttons on it. She's wearing some dark, Merlot colored studded leather armor.
And fancy over here with colors.
Mm-hmm. Under a cloak. And she has her gear sitting down to her left. There's a backpack next to her. You see a shield strapped to it, and a few more, simple weapons sheathed away attached to it. You also see 4 kind of weapon-sized bundles of cloth leaning up against the wall. And she speaks. Welcome. I've been expecting you. Mustachio told me you'd be coming. I'm Cinna of the Weavers, and I hear you're looking for Sylvina. I've been tasked with helping you folks find her or her remains.
Hey, your mic, your headset.
Rance, we can't hear you.
Gotcha. I am. Nice to meet you, Cinna. It is. I am 6. These are my fellow companions.
She kind of sits up to. She sits up to shake your hand, each in turn. 6. It's very nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Cathrini.
Cathrini, it's very nice to meet you.
I'm like Sylvie's sister, pretty much. So,
Yes. And I believe it was Dane and Ermin, or what? You're changeling right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're known as Arcs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Dane, very nice to meet you, and Arcs, very nice to meet you. So I've been in Dewhurst these last 4 weeks. Please, just give me a moment. I'll share what I've discovered, why you are here, and then we can maybe decide what we'd want to do next. So, just a little bit of history. 2 years ago, people in this town, people in the city, they started going missing. And pretty soon after, they discovered that they were being attacked by werewolves. Now, werewolves on their own, they're not really that scary. You just hit them with some silver or some magics. But apparently, they've been accompanied by this kind of strange fog. And I've been here, 40 days, and not one person I've interviewed since coming here has had really any valuable input as to what, that fog is about. Anytime I mention the attacks, the people around here, they go stiff and find an excuse to end the conversation. It's really quite unsettling. Nobody wants to talk about it. Now the reason I mention this history is pretty simple. It's pretty soon after I read the wrong thing. Sylvina's last known whereabouts were here in Dewhurst those 2 years ago. She was here with her party of 2, a half-elf named Isaac and a gnome named Ember. Well, the werewolves attacked. They attacked, and they continued those attacks for a week. But then they suddenly stopped, and that week coincided with her and her party vanishing. And it's all been kind of daisies and rainbows here in Dewhurst since then. But that is until a few nights ago. A whole family who owns a farm out near the border, near the forest, just up and vanished. Then a couple nights ago, as guards were patrolling, they encountered werewolves in a dense fog. So events, they seem to be repeating themselves. I reported that this to Mustachio, and I also mentioned that this is probably going to be the best bet to finding out what happened with Sylvina, Isaac, and Ember. So here we all are. I propose we venture off into the night and see about rounding ourselves up a werewolf. I know I talked a lot. Does anybody have any questions?
Hold on. I'm sorry. Just out of character. Werewolf hunting? I'm so excited. This is gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited. Kat looks at Senna and says, "You said werewolf?"
Yes. That brings me a good point.
I'm so excited. Yes.
Senna
He's into hairy men.
Senna sits up from her chair, and she walks over to the wall with the bundle of gear, and she grabs the cloth bundles and she sprawls them out on the table, probably knocking over a bunch of food. I've went ahead and prepared these for everybody.
All the food first and eats it.
I went ahead and took the liberty of preparing these when I learned the werewolves were back. And I'm gonna switch over a tab because I don't remember what the list was. Please.
I don't either. I was just thinking about that.
I
I was like, damn, I don't remember what weapons we chose.
Yeah. Let me jump back in here.
Is this what you've been scheming about in your office, Jake?
No. And then
That sounds like yes.
I lay out.
We've been scheming about his entire character.
Yeah. I lay out two kind of longer cylindrical weapons. Kind of a shorter one, and one with kind of a broad head. And as I unwrap them, you can see that there's a spear, a lance, a morning star, a sickle, and a light hammer. And I Senna pitched up the sickle, and she says, "I'll be taking this one," and she kind of straps it to her harness. These are silvered weapons. They are effective at killing werewolves.
Guy, I huddle you all together without saying. I'm like, guy, we're gonna kill werewolves. Oh my god, are you excited?
I reach in and I grab the spear.
What the fuck, man? We're still talking.
Six is not gonna grab a weapon until it's all gone and just grab whatever the last one is.
Working on figuring out what Arcs is gonna grab.
Yeah, I had to
points to his bladed staff. His bladed staff and he goes, "I'm 2 steps ahead."
Yeah.
That's good planning, Senna.
This rapier right here, you see, it's silver tipped.
This is a bladed staff. This is mine. I traded that bitch.
I traded that bit.
Do you have a silvered rapier?
No,
Henry?
I was just.
I don't remember that.
I was just joking.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't remember you getting that item.
No, just a joke. I was like, look.
Okay.
And then she picks up the lance.
Good, 'cause, I think Arx is gonna pick up the Morning Star.
Wait, is a lance a heavy weapon?
Yeah, it's 200 martial. That's why I did that one.
Fuck, that's yours. Yeah, I give the lance to him. I'm like, I don't even know what I can use, and she
use
gives
that.
the lance to Dane.
So you have proficiencies with simple weapons, Katherini.
Actually, because of his subclass, he Katherini has proficiency with martial weapons as
Oh,
well. I forgot about that.
Okay,
Yeah,
never
actually,
mind.
you have to see what they- 'cause you're
You can
subclass.
use whatever you want.
Wasn't on his character sheet.
It wasn't. I thought it was. What the fuck?
No, I added it.
Oh my god, I'm
I
so
want
fucking...
the Morning Star.
Okay, I
And
have. I
Arx
take the
picks up
lance
the
back.
Morning Star.
I take the lance back.
I can't. Simple weapons.
I get the lance. You get the
So-
fucking hammer, boy.
Get the hammer.
Wait, what is Dane getting?
I took the spear.
Oh, you took the spear. Yeah. Okay, I got the lance.
Spear immediately.
And Kat's like playing with. I don't know how to use it, but she's just like, look at me.
Fuck. Dane ducks when she's spitting.
Yeah, sometime in the next few minutes, please add the weapons I've listed for you in your inventory. Also, great
Working on
first
it.
roll for you, Dane.
No. It's good. Get these bad ones out of the way.
So for Twitch chat, you'll see 2 rolls on some people's roll. We will always be taking the left one for the attack rolls. So just keep that in mind.
You could also
this
turn
like
that
any-
off. Just
I
Is it
could.
like a...
Yeah, if you go into your character sheet and then hit the settings icon on the top right, you can.
Yeah.
If you go into the right side here, I'll actually send a picture.
Do it. Do it. You're fucking streaming. Just do it while you're streaming.
Oh yeah, there. Okay, so you go over here. You go to this little gear icon. You can select never. Shoot, where was it? Oh, never roll advantage. This top one. So once you set that, you will only see the 1 roll. Okay, back to the stream.
Hold on, fuck. I didn't get to. I didn't see it.
Oh my god. Okay, Dell stream. So right here, this gear icon. Yeah, and then this never roll. And there's a lot of cool stuff here. You can turn on macros like ammo tracking. So if you turn this on, and then you have like a ranged weapon that uses like bolts or something, if you select this, it will automatically track your bolts for you. So now it's 19. Yeah. Okay, back to stream. And I'm going to add. Also, I've prepared these, and I put a quiver full with 20 arrows down onto the table. These are silver-tipped arrows if anybody uses a bow.
Wait, bows are a thing?
And
I'm kidding.
and six like pulls out his little pouch of crossbow bolts and he goes, "These are silvered as well. Great minds think alike." So
Wait, how is he so prepared for that? I feel like 6 is totally bullshitting us right now. He's just got everything.
I got 10
no,
silvered bolts.
he told me he wanted to do that with his weapons, and I was like, "Fuck, okay, I'm not gonna stop
guess.
you." He didn't
Fair.
know.
Fair. All right, perfect.
Okay, that should be in there correctly.
Okay, I'm adding my.
That looks right. It matches the long sword, so that should be right. Okay.
Hold on, I'm adding it right now. Give me. I was
Well,
thinking
he
of
adds
that.
it. I'll be right back.
Okay, and
Are we taking a bio break? Hold on. Lance.
So-
Are you taking a bio break?
I don't
Hey, Thomas.
need one, but
Yeah.
I'll go over here. Ooh, still. Another cool tip, Jared. I don't know if you've seen this, but if you pull up your character sheet and okay. Sorry, hold on. Let me pull up my character sheet again. So if you pull up your character sheet in this where it's not pop out view, and then there's something you want in here like a spell. So like, I don't know, flaming sphere, right? You want to add this to your character sheet. You can click and drag it, and you can add it that way. There are also attacks like light crossbow. So light, like if you add this, it'll add the light crossbow to your attacks here, and it'll also add it to your inventory. So, no, I mean the hard way is the way you do it, but no, don't look. It's secret. It's not secret, but okay, cool. I'm heading back to stream. Yeah. Do what?
So are we doing this find familiar options?
Oh yeah.
Fucking, I love that. I was like reading it just because like, just while we were like first waiting to start, I was like, this is gonna be fucking dope.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That looks fucking awesome.
Because we had so much like issue with what the fuck that spell actually did. So we're
hell yeah,
gonna make
it's
sure you
fucking-
had the resources.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's so sick. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Wow, it is a D12 minus 1.
Seriously, I don't think I have that spell anymore.
I'm so weak.
That's okay. I got you.
Oh, Thomas.
Yes.
I'm sorry, DM Thomas. One of my abilities I do every long rest, experimental elixir. Can I roll that real quick? It's a 1d6, and then I get a potion that'll do 6 different things.
What? That's so
Well,
sick.
one of 6 different things. Sorry, I put it into the chat.
That's why he
Roll
rolls
for me now.
1d6.
Cool. All right.
Ooh, alchemist.
All right. 4. So it's a boldness potion.
Ooh. That could be fun.
That's sick. For the next minute, that's 10 rounds. That's...
We'll say boldness. See, you're gonna add D4 to every attack and saving throw they make for the next minute. Cool.
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 Sick.
All right, what are we waiting on?
I think we're all here.
You're
We're all here. I'm ready.
Okay,
Ready.
so I handed out weapons to everybody. I have 20 silver arrows. I guess I'll just put that back in my pack if nobody uses a bow.
Nope. Don't even own a bow.
So my suggestion was we head out tonight and I guess try and encounter the werewolves. But I am definitely open to suggestions. I've never.
Do you mean werewolf bait?
I think we are the
What?
werewolf bait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Senna, you know
Senna,
this area
you-
more than we do, so we'll follow your lead.
Yeah. You are the boss here. I mean, I'm a cookie whore pretty much. I don't know what else I can do here. So you're the.
Senna,
Yeah,
you would know
also-
that there is a kind of like less managed road that cuts east through the farmland. That kind of leads to like a perimeter road around the countryside, and that's like the most direct way to get to the woodlands east of town.
Okay. Very well. If you guys are all ready to head out of town.
Cat has to
Um,
pee.
You also, I assume we've just been
Cat
kind
and
of.
Jared.
Jesus Christ.
Cat has to pee, but also Jared has to pee as well. So I want to call an official bio break for like just a couple minutes so I can go pee really fast.
Okay, everybody gets 1 bio break for the next campaign, and this is your time using it. And they
For
can
the whole
call.
campaign.
Yeah, you only get 1.
Whole
No,
campaign.
you're not the DM. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, one solid bio break per session.
All right, I'm
unless
gonna
There's like
One
I'm gonna-
solid per session.
I'm gonna
we're
take
shooting
us.
for one. This is
I'm
our
gonna,
one.
I'm gonna take us
How's
over to
that
the.
one?
Be right back. No, it's a different one now. All right, you guys ready?
There was like a family of real quick. I know there was a
Oh,
family
okay.
of characters that like had the psychic ability to like blow off people's clothes whenever they ate delicious food. Sure, I can forgive that because it didn't actually affect how they made the food. The fact that this dude had superpowers when cooking his food, I'm like, this isn't about cooking anymore. I'm out. It's not for me.
What the fuck?
Okay, that's all I had to say.
No, it's fine.
We're
We're
talking
back.
about Food Wars.
We're back. We're live. We are doing it
Not
live.
pooping anymore.
Not pooping anymore. Yep.
In prime time.
Fucking
I'm
go.
gonna move you back over to the Selena map real quick.
Yeah. So I know about a road that let's zoom in here on the.
Yeah,
I know-
so the farmland kind of like encompasses this whole area here around the town. It takes up a lot of the countryside. This over here is like forest land. You know of a road that goes from Dewhurst and towards the woodland. There's like a road that goes like on the exterior of the countryside and everything like that. Maybe to a little farming village out here. It's not a very well maintained road, but it goes in the direction of the woods. So that's gonna be like the easiest way to get there.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, do we need to rent any maybe accommodations like carts or anything, or is this like a easy enough trip to do on foot?
On foot, it's probably gonna take you like maybe an hour and a half. You know, two if you're like stopping and chatting. One if you're like Russian, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Not rushing, not from Russia.
Yes.
I was about to make that joke. I was about to make a joke.
I think we all were. We had it in the back of our mind.
Pretty Pepper trade here. She is the best horse and cart we can afford.
Hi, yes, Senna. If you think that, maybe a more mobile route would be good, I can get us a cart, no problem.
Would there be maybe like a horser? I don't know what the technical name for someone who.
Caravan?
Yeah, I guess.
Man about a horse.
Yeah, I want to go see a man about a horse. Would there be like
It's
stables for?
It's probably a little too late for that.
Okay. Shops around here close about 4. We're a bit late.
I got this. James! And James comes in with a cart.
No, James. After the glamping, after you guys got to Proceres, James went back to Valgado. James serves the Stone family, not the Pepperidge family.
No, that's the Pepperidge James.
I was prepared for this.
Okay, yeah, we can take out on the road that leads out of town. It's just this way, and I start heading out that way.
So as you guys head out.
One more thing. I channel my ring that I'm wearing, and I send a message to Mustachio. I say, the party has arrived. We will try and we're leaving town now. We're gonna try and track down a werewolf, and I send that off with my spell.
Sicko mode, let's go.
I'm actually writing stuff down. Look at me, a DM.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh yeah, notes. I was
So-
gonna do that this game.
I know. 10 sessions in, I figured I might as well start writing shit down. Yeah. So you guys head out on the road east. You see that the road that leads east across the countryside is in much worse condition than the managed highway that you all come in on. Even just walking, it's kind of a pain in the butt to avoid all the ruts and holes that carve up kind of randomly the hard, cold earth. So you make your way a little bit slowly towards the forest looming against the horizon. But you think that if you had brought a cart, it would not have been fun. Even in this distance, you can see the misty shroud hanging over the distant trees. It's an otherwise dark and clear night. What was that, Savannah?
I was just saying it was spooky.
Yeah, it's spooky. It's very spooky. Yeah, it's a dark and clear night. You see a full moon hanging just over the top of the low clouds, and its pale light creates a sort of silvery glow across the moist air. As you approach the woods, you guys are up in the eaves in the shadow of the forest now. You start to hear howling echoing across the countryside. You can see what made the locals so uneasy about the mist. You know, whatever the sort of like nervous tension that there was, all the complaints that were very ambiguous, you get it now. The mist that you see in front of you, it moves unnaturally. Tendrils forming and flexing with no regard for the movement of the chill night wind. They seem to beckon you all forward into the woods.
I'm so sorry.
Three. Stop.
Well, Cinna, I'm gonna cry now. What do we do?
Well, I think we heard some howls a second ago. Maybe we head in that direction.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Now,
Yeah, Cinna, no, yeah.
have you guys ever captured a werewolf before?
No, how do you do that?
What do you fucking
I've only
think?
seen one before.
I
I've
thought you guys would know how to do that.
Have you
I
seen?
thought you would know how to do that.
Yeah. What are you here for? Why are you here then? If you can't, what? Why? Huh?
Well,
I have a net. I do have a net.
is your net silvered?
From the waterfall battle.
Yeah, I have the net still.
Is your
It
net
is not silvered.
maybe we lay a trap?
I told you to get the net silvered, princess. Did you get it silvered?
She looks at Noom and says, what do you think?
No.
I think you forgot
What do
about
you
it in
think?
Limestar and Proceres and Delgado.
Yeah, no, I didn't fucking think to get a net silvered. Sorry, guys, I'm not the fucking man from Lord of the Rings. I apologize. No, I didn't. No, just a normal net. Come on, guys, be heavy. I have a normal net. What we could do? I have an idea. We put some nice leaves over it, tie it up into the tree, and like predator style, just yank them down.
Okay,
So then when it gets stuck in the net, we then kill it? Question mark? What's the
think
plan
murder-
from there once it's in the net?
I think murder is the next best thing. Yeah. I think you're
But
right.
don't we want to know, like... It seems like these werewolves are organized, right? So wouldn't we want to get
Maybe we hold it on
information
its
from
skin.
it?
Maybe we just hold it on
Question
its skin. Hold the silver on its skin, like burn it. Like
Oh, and like kind of torture it, but not kill
Yeah.
it. I like this idea. Can I hide in the tree above the net? And then I can just swoop down and the
I
skin.
don't know. Senna's the leader here. I feel like. Senna, what do you think is the best? Yeah.
Well, werewolves are renowned for their sense of smell. I have on me a jug of mayonnaise. What I could do is pour the mayonnaise out onto the road,
A jug of mayonnaise.
and we could use that as maybe some werewolf bait. I think I read somewhere werewolves really like mayonnaise.
Oh, I was gonna say we have some rations. Couldn't we just like take some of the beef jerky out of the rations and put it on the road?
Oh, with the mayonnaise, perfect. Arch, you are very, very
I was
intelligent.
thinking in absence of the mayonnaise, but you're right. Let's combine both of them.
I do have a thing called stinking cloud. We could really just mask our smell in that.
Maybe we
That's
rub
not-
mayonnaise all over ourselves,
that's-
and then that will mask our smell.
Senna, do you have a thing with mayonnaise?
No, but
I
I do have quite a bit of it, and it is about 20,000 calories worth, so we can live off it for a week if we needed to.
what
This
the
is
fuck, Thomas? Do you let this happen to this mayonnaise man over here?
The mayonnaise to me. This is the first time hearing about it.
Well, how about we don't use the mayonnaise? in
Is
case
that
we
what
have to-
your boldness is? Is what you rolled your alcohol thing?
No.
Jake, is it just man?
And then
Actually,
I
think
reach
that-
into my pack and pull out a jug. It's got like a little face engraved on it. This is called an alchemy jug, and every day I can choose.
Shit.
Every day I can choose a type of liquid to spawn in here. Today I've chosen mayonnaise because I was feeling bit hungry, and the tavern we were staying at was out of mayonnaise. So
Senna sounds like a really bad person to be able to give a power like that to. She's like, yeah.
Hey DM, I have a question.
Yes, you with the face.
Is smell a distinguishing characteristic?
Is smell a distinguishing characteristic?
Oh shit! Like turn into a werewolf. Like she could.
So do I
would
know what
say,
a werewolf
like-
looks like? Because I don't think I do.
Do you know what a werewolf looks like? I don't think you do
so.
either.
are you guys
Okay,
all
but it's
familiar
not a
with?
distinguish-
Hold on. Is everybody familiar with what a werewolf is?
No.
6s, I think.
I am.
No.
I believe I might be the only one that's encountered a werewolf in this party.
Well,
Would you care to elaborate? I've only read about them in books.
Well, they take on a bestial shape of the being that they once were. The one that I saw was they were smaller in stature, so it was a chihuahua wolf, if you will. But they are vicious. It's just like stares out into the. It has like 1,000-yard stare for a moment and like snaps out of it and goes, So is our mission to kill or to capture?
Well, I believe we'll want information from them. How we get that information is up to all of us, I suppose.
I have a net.
Yes, I
So
remember
everyone
you
does
saying
have
that.
an unsilvered net. I have some vials of acid and alchemist fire. I think our best bet might be to lay a trap or track it down.
Yes, I agree.
I can go invisible.
Okay.
I would think the trap would be best. I don't know how athletic all of us are in terms of hunting down a werewolf.
What?
I spent times in the woods, but only really to gather herbs. I'm pretty much a city girl.
So
Then why are you here
let's,
hunting werewolves?
Oh, real quick, Thomas. I wanna. Cast Mage Armor on myself real quick.
Yeah.
Why-
Okay.
Why
go
are
ahead and change your AC?
why are you here hunting werewolves?
We're not. We're here because of Sylvie. You just said we're hunting werewolves now.
Well, that's kind of our goal right now, is to get information from them. And how we get that information is up to us, I suppose. All of us.
I think, as unfortunate as it sounds, maybe live bait would be the best solution. Werewolves are smarter. I'm not sure if they're actually more smart than regular wolves, but just as smart at least. And they tend to go after live targets.
So do we
Target.
draw straws?
Nobody's
I'm a live
would be
target.
willing.
Oh,
I have an idea.
Ermin is.
You could
I'm a
join
live
do it.
target.
Well, I mean, like, if I'm thinking like werewolves are, close to higher intelligence, so they'll recognize someone wearing armor. You know what I mean?
I mean, they
Live target.
just want bloodlust.
Well, I mean, if we give them
I think.
smaller, weaker looking,
Oh,
He's
Ermin can shapeshift.
that's
To
true,
an extent, yes.
but she can't get smaller. Or
I can't get smaller, I can't get bigger, and I can't be non-bipedal.
I can do the exact same thing as well. Don't forget.
So, Ermin, maybe
I'll-
take on the form of a frail old man. Cat?
I was gonna say I could just be the bait, because I have, I could also cast fear on it if it got too ravenous, and then it would just run away.
Like what I'm trying to say is I can be the bait. I can give Ermin my ring, and then once it comes in, I can swap places with Ermin because of my ring.
So now Armin's the bait? What?
So the way it works. Here, I'll send it.
Ermin volunteered to be the bait, so Ermin can be the bait.
Ermin's
The rest
the bait.
of us, I have an ability.
Arx is the bait.
I have an ability to where I can possibly cause the werewolf to become immobile. Their speed becomes 0. If there's anything that you can do to kind of counteract their strength, would be great, because they have to rely on strength to break out of my bonds.
I can light it on fire.
That could work too, as long. Well, let's try to keep it non-lethal, so we can knock them out.
It would be
Tie
a
'em
creature, right? A werewolf is a creature? I could always cast command. Or
So I will have. I mean,
I
I'll
have
share it. Just so
invisibility
you
now. I
guys
forgot.
what I have. My Crimson Right, or what's it called? Blood Curse is Blood Curse of Binding. Or yeah. This is what it does.
Okay.
So let's make a strength saving throw. So if there's anything you guys can do, like weaken them a little bit, I'm not sure if you do.
I have a couple.
Just metagaming.
I can use Witch Bolt, or I can use Sword Burst, or Eldritch Blast. I can fuck him up pretty hard.
Let's just try to go non-lethal as he gets weaker, or as the werewolf gets weaker.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah,
And then
I can do that. We got the net.
and tie him up, and waiting for dawn would be the next step process.
Yes, that's important. We gotta make sure that he turns back. Okay, so let me make sure I have anything else I could use. So we're gonna use the net at, on the ground and hang it out. Or are we not using the net anymore? What's the game plan with that?
I think we can use a net while in the middle of as they're getting weaker, toss it over them.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that.
Though stay close to me with that, because nets at regular you throw them at disadvantage. Just because of the way they're built. So stay close to me, and I can use the help action to give you advantage, which makes it normal.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Senna, what do you have that you could ready for when this werewolf comes out?
I was going to ready my crossbow and stay away from the center of combat.
That sounds good. Dane, what do you have in your new arsenal?
Well, you see, I was gonna hide, go invis, and then
Go invis.
this one. No.
All right. Ermin, you're just double checking you're safe at being the bait. Your mic's off.
always.
Oh, there it goes. I guess it's just
That
like
was
mine.
weird.
All right. I suggest looking frail, old-ish, maybe not too old. Maybe some leper disease in there. You don't have a few fingers or so.
I got this.
Realistically,
Make sure
Let
you
me get it to load, and I will send you guys what
don't look,
I.
don't look like you have AIDS. It won't go for you.
yeah, we want you to look appetizing, not just a weird thing.
Try to look like cat. You know, just real delicious looking.
Real thick.
Real meaty.
Is in the Discord. That is the old man I will be changing my appearance to.
Nice.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
So I guess we found a good spot. Maybe like make a campsite, impromptu campsite. Like light a small fire. Just have Ermin in the light of the fire. Everybody else stays outside of the light in the boundaries of like. Is this a forest area?
Do you have a map?
Yeah, you're on the edge of the woods right now. You haven't gone in yet, to my knowledge.
No.
Okay, I wanna.
You hear like the fog is kind of like around the woods in front of you, and you hear like the howls coming from within the forest.
I wanna
Right.
climb up in like a tree, and then I will do this on myself, one with shadows.
All right. So I guess we move farther into the forest.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let me think about something real quick.
He's like 85 wolves pop out of the forest.
No, I'm looking to see if there's a different map I could use for what your guys' plan is.
Rance, send him the real generic like road map with like the woods.
The one that Rance
The
has
same
used
one.
for like multiple things.
It's the same one. Whenever you travel, it's Rance's go-to, and it's good because it's so versatile. Like for this, but that's what I'm gonna do. Whenever we get this all set up, I'm gonna climb up in a tree and cast one with shadow and do my one with shadows.
No, that's a road.
I got all my really cool fucking spells I want from Pact of the Talisman.
So, did you go 5th level warlock?
Yeah, because like now that I'm 5th level warlock, I have everything I want from this warlock subclass.
Okay, so from here on, you're going rogue.
Yeah, I'll go rogue.
Okay, so
my
Rogue.
My favorite one.
real
right here.
quick,
Use it.
explain to me exactly what it is that you guys are doing.
We're gonna
So
build
we're gonna have Ermin. Yeah, Ermin right in front of the
old man.
campfire, as an old man, and have Ermin just like noisily do things you would at a camp, kind of draw in a werewolf. Single target, old, frail.
Mm-hmm.
Could be easy pickings.
I
Still
can
have the Silver Morning Star at the campsite with me though, so that I'm not completely unprotected if needed.
what I can
But
do.
just like sitting next to my chair,
real quick.
which is
so,
stuff.
I wanna like when we build the campsite, I wanna like place my ring kind of close to the fire or something, so I can do another thing with it. But no, like Ermin doesn't need to be holding it or arcs. I mean, I just want it to sit in there somewhere like hidden.
All right.
Let's do it.
Give me
Yeah.
5 minutes to set up a new map.
Then I'll be next to Noom the whole time. I'm next to Noom the whole time. Got my Eldritch Blast ready to go, but I also got the net just ready to sling. We're gonna fuck up this wolf, guys.
Like as soon as the wolf comes in, starts to like attack arcs. That's when I want to do my thing. Trickster's Step.
Trickster's Step.
It's out there, both the thing Noon posted.
Oh, okay. Let me see that. You can use your bonus action. Place a happen as long as this place. Willing creature holding. Once you use a feature, you can't do so again until you finish.
Okay.
So I put my ring by the fire, so I can just swap places with it as soon as it attacks.
Yeah, I'm down for it. I like the idea.
How long does your one with shadows work?
Whenever on
Until
the
he
thing,
moves.
until I move or use an action or reaction. So if I'm just sitting there perfectly still. This is backstory. This is one of the things I learned while I was training. My what are they called? Fuck.
What are what called?
Sensei.
The one I made a pact with. The Archfey I made a pact with.
Patron?
Granted me this.
Oh, the Archfey.
I give you this.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
should
say
be
maybe
good.
don't automatically go there whenever the wolf comes out. Try to
I'll wait for
some darkness. Until it gets to be a little bit weaker, and then we all pile on and try to subdue it.
yeah. I just want it there close so I can watch, So the minute I need it, I can rush in. I can be there in an instant.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead then and move you guys to this map that I just made.
Oh fuck
Isn't
yeah!
it a beautiful map?
Oh, let me
Oh
zoom
shit!
out.
I love that. I like the fogginess of it. It's very cool. All right.
Yeah,
So
for a
this
second I was
is,
just like, but yeah, I see it's actually fog.
So down would be east. So like the forest. So like the road. This is like the sort of like outskirts road around the edge of the countryside. There, the forest is like in this direction. The wood, like here, and this is where you decided to make your campsite.
Thanks.
All right.
So go ahead and place yourselves where it is that you're going to be, and if you are hidden and are not invisible, then make a stealth check as well.
Oh boy. Okay. I have pretty good dex, but I'll probably be. Is this a little pond right here? I'll probably be either on a tree or.
Jesus, we are so bad at this.
Oh wait, you guys are really far away. I don't want to be that far away. I'll be in this tree up here.
We are
And
loud, noisy people. We're just like, the net is just making some noise. It's like flapping in the air.
Cat is just a little bit too close to 6 and like, get the fuck away.
You can smell the noble iron.
Get that butter on your toes again, didn't you? God.
I'm
sorry, it's-
tokens. Fuck yeah.
Make sure you're in a box. Make sure you're in the box. Thomas likes being in boxes, so be in a box.
is you
Proper.
said the campfire is lit, right?
Yeah, it's lit as hell.
Okay, good. Because
It's fucking it's burning.
as the only human in our group,
Yeah.
I can't see in the dark, so.
Well, good news for you.
Well, it sucks for you, man.
I don't have make light, so I'm sorry.
Oh, I can make light if I need to. Let's see.
Well, you can't see with the fire.
If it's better, you can switch. Me and Cat can switch places with you.
Yeah, maybe a better idea.
Because we can see in the dark.
I could just cast a spell on myself, but yeah, I'll cast Dark Vision on myself. Except, hold on.
All slots expended. You don't have any more spell slots.
There we go. Now I do. All right, so I can now see in the dark for the next 8 hours.
Did you do that with the macro thing?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. All right, yeah, and I guess we
Oh, and you want a stealth check? Sorry.
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh, okay. Not too
Dane,
bad.
did you do? Oh, Jesus. All right.
We are not very stealthy. Oh shit, that's fucking stealthy as hell.
I gave myself the
You're
ninja
the-
thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're invisible.
I imagine I have
What
like
did y'all-
I have like some herbs from around the forest, and I like put a potion together real quick and splash it on me to mask my smell.
What's his name? What's his name? Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, I'm standing.
I can become so still. I can go. I'm invisible.
Okay, so you guys are all taking up your positions.
Yep.
Six and Cat, you guys are kind of fighting over the same tree, even though there's more than one tree. There's like a forest.
I'm next to him.
Let me
So,
zoom in a little bit.
it's making a little bit of a rustle. As time kind of goes on, and Old Man Arx is sitting by the fire. You guys
With lid on a
hear
stick.
something. Yep, you guys hear something over from this direction, and you see come out of the brush.
Now know what a werewolf looks like.
Yep.
Is he
so
walking
you
on
see,
two legs?
it's still. Yeah. It is.
Cool. Thanks.
So this werewolf kind of like starts. It's like real low. It's kind of like dark and like sneaky or whatever. But it comes out to this sort of like clearing where it can see Old Man Arx and the campfire. But it cocks its head, sort of like its ear up to the air, and listens. And it looks over directly at this tree right here.
You idiot.
And
Well, Eldritch Blast goes off then, because I ready to Eldritch Blast.
okay, he growls at the tree. But if you want to Eldritch Blast, you can go ahead and Eldritch Blast.
Well, because it was like I readied it, so like it's
You readied it? Okay, yeah. If you readied it, then go ahead and fire it off.
God
you're dead.
damn it. You idiot.
I think the best in this is like she mastered it.
23.
That's gonna hit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 10.
Woo.
Hits for 10. Okay.
Get this
Um,
bitch, she's,
Is that
You
Matt's
make a
damage?
strength
Holy
saving
shit.
throw.
That's Matt's damage.
Oh,
Oh, it's 2 off. It is max damage, right? Yeah. It is. Fuck yeah.
What's
Hell
that
yeah.
bitch's name?
What was that
It
bitch's
makes a strength. Is it the werewolf?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Well, I was gonna fuck.
Yeah, it'll make a strength saving throw.
Oh, no. I saw the turn order pop up, so I rolled, because that means
Yep.
roll.
5.
So-
Okay, he is immobile, and
Okay.
I'm gonna amplify that. I'm gonna amplify that curse. I'm gonna take ouchie.
Okay.
Take ouchie.
1 ouchie damage. Oh, no.
Oh, fight ouchie. Oh, you literally called it ouchie damage.
It's been called ouchie for a while.
To be the best in the initiative order. Cat got it.
Oh yeah, fucking hit him and I gotta hit him again.
Fuck, man, that's. Let me look at my rolls.
There we go.
2 natty 1s. Like,
We're
on the
not
back.
talking about mine.
This is what the amplification does.
Yes, I do.
So wait, he's already
this curse
immobile?
lasts for 1 minute. Can affect a creature regardless of their size category. At the end of each turn, the creature can make another strength saving throw. Okay, cool.
Otherwise, it's just the turn.
So he's currently stopped, right? We can just go over there and just.
He currently has
he's-
no speed. Yeah.
E to 0.
Okay. Should we? Okay. I guess at this point I look at Noom and I'm like, should I hit him again?
And like his like the side of his eye is bleeding with the glowing radiant blood, and he goes, yes, get him.
Okay. I fucking go for it again. Fucking Deku shit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, my gosh.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, you crit.
You're gonna kill this fucking werewolf already.
14.
Let me roll something real quick. I'm trying out a new crit mechanic.
I just want him to be on the
I
ground.
missed
don't
the
wanna
crit
kill him.
cards. Those were
I like
fun.
it.
Those
Not
are
when
terrible.
you got an at one
I hated
and the crit
those.
failed.
I failed all the
Right.
time.
Jared, roll me a d20.
Oh god, I don't like that.
I'm
You do?
curious.
It's good
It's
thing it's crit.
crit table.
7.
This seems so fun.
Okay. This one is called Eldritch Incandescence. Roll your damage as normal, and spell attack rolls against the creature have advantage until the end of its next turn.
Oh hell yeah.
Which
It's next
literally
turn.
its next
Dang it.
turn.
Next turn.
So it doesn't really do anything. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm
Um,
still good. 24 damage I hit on him, so that's pretty good.
Set up Will.
24. That says 14.
Well, the 10 from before and then 14 from here.
Oh yeah, 24 total.
Yeah.
it's 14. Okay, it is now the werewolf's turn. It's gonna have to spend its turn making a strength saving throw to see if it can get out of the curse.
Cat.
Yeah.
15.
Fuck.
It gets out.
He gets
Oh.
out.
Yeah,
What was the
mine's
point
13.
in
But does it
then?
does it use its turn to escape?
Yeah,
or...
that's it can only do it at the end of its turn.
Okay.
So it is going to. So it and as it's doing it, it kind of like reels back and like howls into the night, which I thought about howling, but I decided not to.
Oh no, I think you
6,
can
it's your
howl
turn.
for us.
Right, 6 is
Maybe
gonna
next time.
up to him, and he's gonna activate his new bladed staff. If I can get my character sheet pop up.
So was there a weapon that wasn't taken?
I think we all took all the way.
I took the
No,
light
6
hammer.
just has 2.
Oh, you
now.
did. Okay, got it. Good.
I activate my bladed staff.
Six
Ouchie.
out-
Take 6 damage.
Mm.
You've taken 11 damage to yourself already.
Yeah,
He's taking a lot of ouch.
it's all worth it though.
All in the
Archie,
pursuit.
heal him.
And then now, that was a bonus action. So as an action, I'm gonna take the blunt end of the bladed staff.
Okay.
And just smack him around for non-lethal.
Okay, roll attack.
Oh! Good thing that was the first one.
I was gonna say
No,
it's a
that
normal
was.
roll, right?
I have 2 attacks.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
so
have 2
one
attacks?
hit
Okay,
and one didn't.
so-
Okay.
The first one is gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage for the first one.
7.
All right,
and
7
then
slashing.
Oh, that was. I picked the wrong one for that. 7 bludgeoning, and then Right of the Dawn for 1 radiant.
Okay. Let me
And
see.
for-
Math.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so as you smack it over the head, you see it just you hear a crack and this sort of like blood like splatters from the werewolf. The werewolf is now bloodied. And as for your fumble, there's also something else that I found.
Oh no,
For the fumble.
I don't like this.
Well, we're
I'm
finding
gonna
a lot
roll
of stuff
something
out today.
real quick. What is it? It's a melee weapon? Okay. Roll me a d20.
I enjoy
I don't like it.
I enjoy the crit and fumble card.
Oh shit! You critted on the critical miss.
I don't like that smile.
Oh no.
I don't either. Oh no!
Shh. Let him talk.
Roll me another d20, please.
Oh
Be
no!
2 of them.
Okay. So you swing it around once and it cracks him, and he turns around for your second swing, and he dodges just in time. He's ready for it, and as he swoops low, because you swung high on him,
Yeah.
and he swooped under it and got right up in your face, and just like opened his mouth and just like screamed in your face like, "Rah!" And something just kind of like loosened in you a little bit, and you soil yourself, but you're pretty sure it was just pee. You're pretty sure.
Hey, you might be able to tell with
But-
his clothing anyway.
Your trench coat's a little wet, and it's not because of the fog.
Uh,
I love this now.
Hey, it's better than taking 16 damage from peeing out of like a kidney stone or something like that.
He just
Anything
like
else you'd
backs
like
up.
to do on your turn?
Pee! Fucking pee! And that's it.
And that's it.
Oh shoot, I'm next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you're up.
How's he looking?
You said he was bloodied.
He's bloodied now.
Oh shoot. Okay. Where am I? There. Where is the monster. The monster is 50 feet away or so. I'm gonna pull out one of my rods, or my rod. I'm gonna pull out my rod.
You have more than one rod?
Yeah, it's expandable. So what happens is I pull it out and then I like kind of whip it, and it just it spans a bunch, and then I aim at the wolf of where, and I press a blue button, and a ray of frost emanates from the rod.
I thought you were gonna say a Noivo.
Ray of Frost hits.
Okay, I'm doing 11 cold. That should be 2d8. Yeah.
Alright, it takes 11 cold damage, and it's looking real chilly. The air kind of like we'll say that the fog kind of like condensed around the werewolf, and it just kind of like froze like up on its skin, and it like hurt it real bad. It's hurt.
Okay.
Poor guy.
And
Speaking of the fog,
with-
as you guys have been like fighting it,
one more thing.
you may or may not have noticed that the fog is starting to get like kind of heavy right here.
There we go. Sorry, I wanted to pop the description there, because that speed is reduced by 10 feet if it fails a DC something. No, just on a hit. Never mind.
On a hit, okay.
Yep.
Until the start of your next turn. Okay, so its speed is reduced by 10. Good to know.
All right, sorry.
Is that all from you?
Yep, sorry.
Okay, Old Man Arcs, it is your turn.
Oh, yes, it is his turn. He is within 30 feet. So he's going to go ahead and walk right up to this werewolf. And then he's going to look at Noom or Six, whichever one he's going by right now. And he's like, do I kill it? Or do I just barely hurt it? Or do I just hold the silver
I have a
with
net.
it?
I have a net. Noom just goes, knock it out! I just pissed myself. I don't care.
Okay. And so Old Man Arcs is gonna go ahead and try and hit it with his new Silver Morning Star. This will be fun.
Wait, non-lethal damage, right?
Yes.
Non-lethal.
Right, non-lethal. Yes, that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh, does 10 hit?
It weaves out of the way. It does a sort of like sidestep, and you miss with your Morning Star.
Okay, cool. Well, now that we're 5th level, I get to attack twice.
I noticed that.
I'm so excited. I've missed being able to attack twice. And we try again. Does a 24
Okay, yeah,
hit?
so
Once again, non-lethal.
so you
Yeah.
you track its movement, and you're able to come around and swing with it a second time and connect on the second hit. So go ahead and roll damage, and that's
7.
gonna hit for 7.
7.
Okay. You smack it across, and you hear another thing crack in its body, and it's looking. Oh boy, it's looking hurt.
Yeah.
That would be.
And I got nothing else I want to use.
Okay, Dane, it's your turn.
Dane will shoot at it with the Eldritch Blast.
Okay, that hits.
Can we stop trying to kill this thing?
11.
Hits for 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just killed it.
Oops.
Yeah. So you fire off an Eldritch Blast from a tree, and it just whoosh, out from the tree, and just like blows a hole like straight out of its chest.
What the
And
fuck?
Dane!
Oops.
And the werewolf collapses dead.
Oops.
Well, I want to loot its body, first of all. Second of all, you took my kill!
No,
you should've
you
gone
didn't need to
first
kill
hit.
it.
I
Why did
want
we
it
do
on
it?
my shield!
Oh my gosh, we tried to get
Also,
information.
I want to loot its body.
Okay.
Cat goes up to Dane and like
Nothing about you.
fucking shakes him around. She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm trying to find her. Why are you doing this?"
Sorry. Nope. I apologize.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check to loot the body.
Okay, I'm not good at this. You ready? Fuck!
That's
Good
right.
job.
2 crits.
Hey, you remember when I showed everybody how to not roll advantage? It's like you
Yeah,
didn't
I
pay
forgot
attention at
to.
all.
Yeah, you double crit.
Shut up! I know how to. I just forgot to do it.
Okay, do it now. Also, don't tell me to shut up.
I am.
That's rude.
You don't have
Werewolf.
to act like I'm stupid about it. I just forgot.
Okay.
Chill the
So,
fuck out. I
its
didn't.
clothes are in like its clothes are in tatters, but you're going through it. It's like even the pockets are ripped, but somehow you go into its like to like a shred of clothing, and you find 4 gold pieces along with a couple of bones, small bones.
Yes, I take the gold pieces just for myself.
Real quick, Thomas, I'm gonna put my ring on its finger and
Okay.
cast Flesh Puppet.
Can I kill a flesh puppet?
No.
Savannah, you are a murder hobo.
You are.
I just put it on the shield. It's already dead.
Senna
Okay,
jumps down from the tree and just starts approaching the group.
So yeah, you put your ring on it, and it raises up. Does it have stats for Flesh Puppet?
It's just, I'm pretty sure it's the anime. It says the anime undead spell. Whatever that is.
Okay.
Okay, you should know what your spell does.
I
Animate.
looked it up.
You can pick whether it's a skeleton or a zombie.
Oh, fuck.
And I don't think they're completely under your control. But they're also
No, it's a
mindless.
zombie. It's not his choice.
Zombie? If it was just bones, would it be a skeleton?
Yes, if it was just bones, it'd be a skeleton, but it is a corpse, so it is a zombie.
Yeah, so you would get a zombie on your shield, not a werewolf.
Okay, so it gets zombie stats is what it does.
I still want a zombie on my shield. That doesn't change that fact.
Cat walks off. Cat is pissed. Cat's like, what the fuck, guys? Supposed to capture it to get information. I'm trying to find Sylvie, and you guys are not doing the best right now. Can we take 2 minutes and understand that this is important to get information about this?
I looked up the,
Right.
Oh, dude, this D&D 5e edition thing where you look up shit is nice.
Yeah, the compendium. Very nice.
Yeah, I've got the stats for it right here.
Nope, I already changed it.
Oh, I was giving it to myself so I can see what it was.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Noom kind of just like takes a step back for a second. He's like, well, Dane, this thing, Noom?
It is unfortunate that the werewolf has passed. But think of it this way: it can no longer torment others. And I'm sure there are more werewolves out there.
You don't know that.
We probably just need to go deeper into the woods.
But the plan was foolproof until somebody messed it up.
Pretty sure it was shot by two Eldritch Blasts before I shot it.
But I didn't kill it though, dickweed.
Dane, are you able to ask it questions? I don't know anything about this.
No. It's just a zombie, and I also gave the token control for you.
Oh, thank you.
You didn't. You asked it a question.
Yeah, I can't speak.
Ooh? Ooh, that's what it sounds like.
For 24 hours as well.
So.
Oh, that
or until
I could be of some use to us.
Until it's killed, my ring is separated from it. We don't have to worry about it going under.
We could. What if we tracked its footsteps?
Yes. What if we brought it back on act? Like, what if we pushed it back over there? Maybe. Sorry, Dane. I didn't mean to yell at you. I apologize. I was just very upset that the plan was working and it didn't work out well. Maybe we can just push it back over to where it was supposed to be.
If anyone wants to follow its footsteps, you can make a survival check.
Yes.
Uh,
All right.
17. 24.
Oh,
Sounds like we got it covered.
Okay.
yeah, I wasn't even gonna try.
You very clearly see a path going off in this direction. You can follow its trails pretty clearly.
Yeah. Noom will
All right.
lead the trail. But first, I'm gonna down my 2 healing potions.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me cast something. You can save your potion. And then I cast
More man.
I cast Healing Word on you at level 1.
Shit, all right, then get out of the way.
And I pull out a fresh pair of pants for Noom. I was like, I made sure Samuel gave me extra pants for you, by the way, and I slipped it to him.
Oh
And
my
what I what you
can
see
do them later, thank
what
you.
you do, what you see Senna do when she casts, she like, now go, and like you see like just dust, dust kind of escape from her hand and land onto you, and you at first you feel kind of uncomfortable. It feels like things are digging into your skin, but then it's like your wounds start to stitch up and stuff. And
Ooh, what kind of healer are you?
yes, this is a creation of mine. I call them nanites. Well, I'm still working on the name, but I create them at night, and I can use them a couple times a day.
I was just gonna heal him, but okay.
He kind of like I was gonna say he grabs you by your scruff, but he doesn't know you that well yet, or doesn't hate you that much, and just looks up to you and goes, "Are you a doctor?"
I'm an alchemist of sorts.
All right.
So
And
let us proceed.
Sniffs out the trail.
You found the tracks.
Give me marching order.
I'm behind Noom.
Noom will be in front.
I'll be pretty close to the front.
I'll be hanging out with
somewhere.
the zombie. That's kind of interesting. What an
I'm like
interesting
right on top of
anatomy.
you. I'm like, let's go. I want this.
Let's position ourselves so we're all on a separate
I
square.
can't see a good square. Hold on. I can't find a good square to be on. Alright, that'll work.
Kind of in a column
You may
of
wanna
2, it
be-
looks like.
Closer to the back to protect Dane and Senna.
I'll go back there.
What's the werewolves for?
Yeah, the werewolf's not gonna do much.
I have Arcs go back there because she's a paladin, beefy.
Yeah, I'll go back there.
Uh,
They will go back there right now. Perfect.
That's not bad.
yes.
Kind of a column of 2, with squishy people in the middle.
Squishies. Alright, let's go.
So you guys get in your marching order, and you start marching. You're getting through the woods, and already as you sort of like finish the battle, and you're looking around the campfire. Before the fog was kind of like sitting at the edge of the forest, kind of like waving its misty tendrils all around. By the time that the battle had settled, it had started to spread like out closer towards where the road is. And it's not like super thick where you guys were. It's just kind of like slowly permeating around where that area is. But ahead of you in the woods, it's looking kind of thick. Initially, as you start walking, you have a visibility through the fog, not terribly far, like maybe 30 yards. And you're following the tracks of the werewolf through the woods. With Noom's tracking skills, he sees like claw marks on the trees. There's like something torn on a branch, some blood splattered here. Maybe he killed something here. You don't know. But you're trying to follow through. You're trying to follow it as close as you can, and you get kind of like caught up in the tracking of it. You're walking kind of faster and faster, and as you're doing this, the sort of like creeping tendrils of fog start to weave between each of you. Katharini, you were right behind Noom, but he kept moving faster and faster, and like you're trying to catch up, you actually have to like do like a bit of a stride with your long legs. But with him only being like 10 feet in front of you, even now, Catherine, you're starting to lose visibility on him.
No, slow down, slow down, slow down.
Yes, let's try
Hear
to
anything?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
So as you're yelling,
that bladed staff of light, just like searching.
yeah, that's exactly what's happening. And this is sort of happening to each of you. Like the person in front of you, or if you look behind, the person behind you, is starting to get swallowed up by the fog, and you, even despite how close you are to them, you start to lose visibility of them. Catherine, try as you might to catch up. 6 starts to fade into the fog, and you can no longer see him.
Okay. Well,
For immersion purposes, I'm just going to move you to a blank white screen, and we're going to say that's fog.
that sounds good.
Real quick, just 1 second.
Shit,
Okay.
bro. Dang.
So, Kat, you're starting to run now because you couldn't keep up with 6, and but there's ahead of you. There's just fog, nothing but walls of thick white mist. If you stop and look around, if you look over your shoulder to see if everyone else is having trouble keeping up, Catherine, there's no one behind you.
Oh fuck. I'm just spinning. I'm spinning and freaking out. And then I just lay down. I just lay on the ground. I'm just like, can't right now. Can't do it.
Okay, so you lay down, and the fog, you can see it like swirling around you, like patterns and textures. And you look over in one direction, and the fog starts to thin in some area off to the side.
I get up.
And you see some figures. Oh, it's 6 and Arx and Dane. They're standing over here. You lost sight of them, but there they are now.
Oh, okay, I go and I join back up with the group. Hey guys.
Okay, so they're facing away from you. They're facing away from you, and as you approach, they don't turn. They don't turn towards you. They're still facing away.
Can I yell up? I yell at them. I'm like, hey, hey. Nothing.
Yeah, no reaction.
Can I touch them?
Yeah. So who do you touch?
Let's say I touch Arx. She's like, they're right there. So I just like reach out and I'm like, there they are. Boom.
Yeah, you reach out and you touch Arx, and Arx turns around all of a sudden, and they've got a scowl on their pale face, and they look up at you and they say, "I thought I told you we don't want your help finding Sylvina. Go home, go back to being the cookie lady." And as they say this, Dane turns around too. And he looks at you, and he just kind of like, his shoulders are slumped. And he says, "I should have never shared my power with you. You never deserved it."
Oh, that bitch. Okay.
He reaches forward. He reaches forward and he grabs your wrist. And your mind goes back to when you first felt his eldritch power seep into you back on the island. You remember when you guys were on the road? And
Yeah.
he was trying to show you how to do an Eldritch Blast. And he touched your arm, and you felt the power go into your arm, and that's when you shot your first Eldritch Blast. As he grabs your wrist, all you feel is pain, like acid searing your skin.
Okay, I guess in that moment.
And you look over. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. I apologize.
Okay. You look over to 6. Who hadn't said anything to you, and he just turns his head just enough to look at you, but he says nothing before turning back to the mist. And the mist tendrils swirl around everyone, and the searing pain hand that you felt on your wrist disappears, and all the swirling tendrils form into a face. It's ghostly pale, but you recognize it. It's Alistair's face.
No.
And his mouth opens, and like a biting wind, you hear his voice say, "You were right behind me, and I had no idea what that ritual would do. Why didn't you stop me?" And everything just fades to white.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Dude.
Oh,
6.
shit.
You are really
No.
focused.
Shit.
6, you're real focused on that trail that you're following. And you're just obsessing over it, but for an instant you realize you don't hear the others behind you. Like, you could hear the footsteps. But now they're gone, and you
Like,
look
get up
around.
and
Yeah,
turn
you look around
open,
and there's
yeah.
no one around you. You're surrounded by dense fog.
I'd like reach up to grab the amulet, and I remember that it's still on Dane. And just like the blade staff is still lit up, and hello, Marks, Dane.
From behind you,
Huh?
you hear Dane's voice. You hear Dane's voice behind you. He says, "Over here, 6." And you turn around, and you see Dane hunched over on his knees. It looks like he's drawing something in the ground. Arx is in their true changeling form. They're standing just a few feet away from Dane. They're standing resolute, shield and longsword out, as if on guard. And as you're watching them, you're about 30 feet away from them. Dane calls to you. He's really focused on whatever he's doing on the ground there. But he says to you, "Do you have the components, 6?"
What are you? Dane, what are you saying?
"We've been trapped in this mist world for months, but I've almost figured a way out. Do you have the components?"
Dane, I've been here for like 10 minutes. Mate, what the fuck are you talking about?
So
Arx,
over to the side, you
saying?
hear Arx. Over to the side, you hear Arx say, "Guys, something weird is happening." And you look over, and in front of Arx, the mist is now coalescing into a form, a humanoid figure. 6, your heart stops as you recognize this figure. It's him.
Thomas.
It's the doctor.
Thomas.
No. No.
But he looks
Thomas.
But he looks different. He looks different. His skin is pale, like the mist, and his eyes are red. And he smiles his wicked grin at you, but you see that 2 of his teeth have been sharpened into fangs. He reaches forward and touches Arx's plate armor. Arx's face drops to a blank expression. But suddenly they hunch over and begin to transform. First their features start morphing. Dense patches of white fur sprout all over their body, and their face elongates into a snarling snout. Arx has become a werewolf. And they turn to face you. Snout dripping with blood. But suddenly, they turn around and suddenly lunge at Dane. As Dane sees this, he tries to shoot off an eldritch blast, but his arm is knocked away and subsequently ripped away from his torso. As they do this, a splatter of blood comes off of Dane and hits you, 6. As the white werewolf begins tearing into your friend's body.
Oh God, yeah. He was frozen up until that point, and then whenever Ark started to transform, he just that's when it clicked, and he sees this going on, and the blood just goes across his face, and he just like the blade's still alight, and fuck, god damn it, Thomas.
As you're watching this, you hear a woman laughing next to you. You turn to see the mist coalescing again into a second figure. A tall, red-haired woman. It's Katharini, but she is also pale like the mist, with red eyes and fangs. And she's wearing a wedding dress? You can't tell. Her dress is white like the mist, too. The man that you saw, the doctor with red eyes, turns to you. And his red eyes lock with your red eyes. His mouth opens, and mist pours outward and rushes towards you, as if riding on the mist, you feel, rather than hear, a deep, resonant whisper say, "I will make you suffer."
No. Oh, fuck.
Wait, what'd you say?
Can I?
I will make you suffer.
Do I have
This-
any?
What?
Is there anything that I can do, or am I just like immobile?
What is your reaction to this?
I feel as soon as like he hears that, just like takes his shield up to his side and takes his staff and rushes the doctor. Goes, not again.
As you rush at him, you're running towards him through the mist, but your foot misses the ground. It's as if it just opened out in front of you, and you begin to fall, face forward into the mist. And as you're falling, as the vision fades to white, you just still hear the sound of Katharini laughing and laughing and laughing.
Oh,
Dane.
Fuck, no.
Yeah.
Not enjoying your reaction, mister.
You wait your turn.
I'm sad.
Dane, you look around, just like everyone else. The others are nowhere to be seen. As the mist fills in between everyone, people start to fade away. You look around to your zombie werewolf. Oh shit, he's gone too.
Fuck.
There's only white mist swirling around you. And as you're standing there looking around, all of a sudden behind you, Dane, you hear a crowd cheering. You turn around and you see a stage surrounded by people.
Fuck yeah,
Up on
walk
the stage are Ermin and Six. It looks like they're doing the Blessed Goblin Act. Six's rapier is lit up, and the crowd is oohing and awing at the magic. Ermin says to the crowd, "And a miracle has occurred." You know what comes next. It's your line, after all. But just as you open your mouth, you hear someone else in the crowd say, "That sounds like heresy to me. No goblin would be given such a holy gift. That blade of yours must be magic. That's why it's glowing, not because of the gods." And the crowd parts enough for you to see.
Uh-oh. Just a second. Discord crashed.
Yep, Jake, you're back.
Yep. Hey, sorry. Cameras
You see
will
the
come back on.
the
There we
crowd
go.
parts, and you see that there is a dwarf man in the crowd saying your lines. You think, is this person actually in disbelief? But no, wait. Ermin is still going forward with the script. The act is continuing, unchanged. Except for one thing. You're not a part of it.
I run out and grab Six by like the shoulder and pull him to look at him.
He looks at you and goes, "Hey, buddy. Not so close, okay? If you wanna have your sword blessed, you get in line."
Six. It's me, Dane.
Okay, I don't know how you know that name, but you're really freaking me out, man.
I look over at Herman and I go, Herman?
Yes?
It's me. Do you not recognize me?
Have we met before?
Kind of like looks at her dumbfounded. His grin's really kicking in now. He's smiling nice and wide. He goes, I'm the third person of this act.
They say to you, hey, or Noom comes up to you and says, hey, I don't know who you are or what you know, but we already have a third person in this act. Don't butt in. We don't need you.
It's Cathrini, isn't it?
But it's Alistair.
I look at how he just kind of falls on his knees in disbelief that his family would forget him.
As you're on your knees, just sort of shaken by what's going on right now, you hear a whisper. It's the whisper that you've heard before, but only in your dreams.
Oh, fuck.
And it says, No, you're not alone. Don't feel like that. You still have me. Isn't that enough?
Yeah. Kind of. He goes, you said I wouldn't be alone with this power, though.
No, you won't be. You'll always have people and you'll always have me, but here's the thing that you gotta know is that you'll have people, but you can't always keep them. You can get as many people as you want, but people always leave.
You gotta kind of just.
Don't forget that.
He breaks down into tears at this point.
All right. So as you're sitting there crying, your vision fades to white. Now ours.
Yeah.
Same thing with you, Arx. Fog fades between everyone, and you lose sight of people.
Uh-huh.
You look ahead, and people are gone. You stop and look behind you, and were you in the back?
Yes.
Okay, you were in the back. So as they're heading into the fog, everyone slowly, one by one, is passing into the fog, and you lose sight of everyone, including I believe it was Cinna that was right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You disappear. And try as you might to catch up, they're gone into the fog. And you stop to look around. You try and get a hold of your surroundings. You can't see trees around you, nothing. It's just fog. And you turn around in one direction and find yourself suddenly standing on a stage, surrounded by people in a busy town square. You've just finished the Blessed Goblin Act. People are lining up with coin in hand to have the wondrous Noom bless their weapons with divine power. You are standing just off to the side, tall and proud. A man in line passes in front of you, and he turns to you to say, at this point you realize that you're like with the Blessed Goblin Act, as you're kind of like recognizing your surroundings, you remember like, oh, I just finished the Blessed Goblin Act. I'm Ermin. We're a con team. Whatever. This sort of like passes through your mind. But a man in line passes by in front of you, and he turns to say, "What an incredible discovery you have made! You truly are." But as he faces you, his sentence cuts off, and his expression turns to utter shock as he's looking at you now.
I just kind of stare back at him, and I'm like, were you saying something? What's...
He slowly raises a finger to point at you, his mouth agape. And that's when you notice A breeze from behind you blows your hair in front of your face. Locks of pure white hair.
Oh,
But
shit.
you were just Ermin. You didn't change. Or you didn't want to change.
Oh no. I gotta go, and I just start to like try and turn around and go away from people, and in the process, I'm like trying to turn back into Ermin.
Okay, so as you're trying to turn back into Ermin, you pull out your mirror to check and see if your face is changing. Immediately, as you try to change, instead of changing into Ermin's face, you change into the man's face that was just talking to you.
Nope, don't like this. Nope. I just
as
keep
you're
saying,
running,
nope, don't like this. No.
As you're saying that and you're trying to like run away from the stage, you hear gas start to erupt from the crowd as the masses notice your transformation. Whispers rush frantically between panicked mouths like armies meeting in battle. Changeling. I heard Changeling had their souls snatched by the trickster god and their bodies became his puppets. I heard they steal the faces of their victims and try to replace them in society. Arx, the people who initially approached you to offer up their weapons now turn towards you, weapons drawn in anger. People start running at you. And you turn to run away. To the side, you hear Dane's voice. He says, "Hey, what's going on?" And Six yells at you. He says, "Arx, get out of here!" You turn towards Dane, who sounded like he was just near you in the crowd. You're trying to find him. You turn towards Dane, and you see him. But as you look up at his face, it's not Dane's face. It's Ermin's. And suddenly at that moment, the angry mob collides into you and sweep you into this chaos of pain and bodies and anger.
No.
And everything fades.
No. Oh no. I don't like you right now.
Senna.
Yeah. Hello.
Get tortured with us!
We finally come to you. You, like everyone else, notice the fog getting thicker and thicker,
Peculiar.
and suddenly pass between everyone to the point where you can no longer see them. You slow down to sort of tentatively gauge the steps in front of you, and ahead of you, you see a figure begins to take shape. As you get closer, you see that it's a man sitting hunched over alone on a chair. He's facing away from you in the chair.
Excuse me there, sir. Do you know where I am?
He responds with tears. He's crying.
Oh, bother. I'm not really good at this sort of thing. Could I offer you a tissue?
So, as you get closer to him, you realize you recognize him. It's your father sitting there in the chair, crying. He doesn't respond to anything that you say to him, but you see in his hand he's holding a picture. You recognize it over his shoulder as a drawing that was done of your family on your 16th birthday. Your father, your mother, you, and your boyfriend. Your father shakes his head, gasping between sobs. Gone. They're all gone. I couldn't protect them. And he continues to cry.
Okay. I start backing up.
As you start backing up, you hear something off to your left. It's the sound of wind chimes, gently tinkling in the imperceptible breeze. You turn towards the sound, and you see a large, colorful wagon, like one used in carnivals or nomadic groups. Off a corner of the awning, you see the wind chimes that had alerted you to the wagon's presence.
That's peculiar. I look back at the man, and then I start walking towards the wagon.
As you approach the wagon, the door is closed, but you hear an old woman's voice call to you from inside. And she says, "Come, child. This is not to be your fate."
Okay, I open the door, I guess.
You open the door, and behind it is darkness.
I take a step in.
You step through the door, and you find yourself on a road. You look around and realize that you're on a road in the woods. Ahead of you, where's Catherine? Oh, I forgot to put her in there because she didn't have her token.
I thought it was in the
We'll
last
put
thing.
her over here.
Why do we always have the problem with cat's token? It's either too big or too small. Or...
Let me make it so you can control it. So you look ahead of you, and the fog, and here it's not quite so foggy. It is once you look out into the road, out into the woods in either direction. But down the road, it's clear enough to see all the way down. You see six lying face down in the road. You see Arx cowering in fear just a little bit further past him. Off the side of the road, you see Dane sitting on the ledge that is next to the road, and he is just crying to himself. And Catherine is on the other side of the road from him. And she was first. I can't remember exactly how her vision ended.
It ended with Alistair yelling at me, and then
Yeah, so she looks also in the same sort of situation where she's sort of like crouched, sort of shaken, back towards this log that's right here.
I guess I'm not hanging it down from the tree then.
Not this time. I guess since Sitz is closest to me, I'll walk over to Six, and I'll just kind of tap him. Excuse me, are you okay?
Six, you would still have your weapons and shield drawn. You like the last thing you remember is that you had charged at the doctor and had fallen down through the mist, and all of a sudden you realize you're facing downward on the road, and the first thing you feel is Cinna touching you and asking if you're okay.
All right. Yeah. He's still be in battle mode. For a second, and he gets up and gets ready to hit the shit out of you, and
Whoa!
like starts to
down.
hit. And
I take a step back.
where are they? Where's Dane and Ermin? Where are they?
But behind you. I was just about to go check on them.
Six turns around and just runs over to Dane and runs over to Ermin. Ermin, go. Are they passed out?
No, they're not passed out. They're just kind of like in their own sort of states of panic, fear, shock, or grief.
It's just like tries to shake him out of it. And Armin, are you there? Armin,
What?
look at me.
What? What's
He like bends over your neck, tries to like examine your body, and like opens up your armor a little bit.
to me right now, Six?
Like, he's not even answering you. He's just going through the armor. Where's Dane? Did you see Dane? And looks over to Senna. Where's Dane? Where's Dane?
And I nod further down the road.
Straight to Dane. And is Dane in a similar state?
Dane is there's the sort of like ledge on the road. So it'd be like 2 feet or so from like the woods down into the road, and he's sitting on that ledge, just sort of like looking down, eyes closed, sobbing in the sort of like last state that he was in from the end of his vision.
Am I able to hop up on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up there and I go up to Dane like, Dane, are you all right? Are you okay? Are you okay? Turn around, let me see you.
Yeah. He turns and looks at you, wipes his eyes, and then like wraps you and gives you a tight hug and just in a sob says, "Don't leave me."
And he just gets you back and says, never, never again.
I'll go.
After hearing that confirmation, he just doesn't know what to think about what just happened.
I'll approach.
Grabs you by the hand and brings you back over to Armin.
I'll approach Kat. Is she? What was she doing? Was she sitting or something? Or
Like sitting in I would say crouching in a state of shock. How does that sound, Jared?
Yeah, no, I would say more like fetal position. She's just like doesn't.
Okay,
even know
yeah,
what
sure,
to do.
fetal position.
It-
She's not okay.
She's
I'll
not okay.
I'll crouch down, and maybe grab her by the top of the shoulder. I say, Kat, are you okay? Kat?
I just want to go home. She gets up.
We have a mission.
Yeah, I know. I want to go home though. I don't think this is a good idea right now.
We could.
But we have to find her.
We just went through a clusterfuck of shit back there. I'm imagining you all went through something different. How are we supposed to fight that?
What did you guys see?
I couldn't control my shape-shifting abilities, and I was being attacked by a mob of people. It's fine. It's all fine. We gotta continue this. We gotta continue this. We gotta find her. We promise for Alistair.
Six turns back to Ermin and looks up at you and goes, "Saw him."
No.
I hadn't even dreamt of his face in years. It was clear. And Kat, where are you? And he turns around,
Hey,
looks for you.
right here. Right here. You okay?
And he very tentatively approaches you and says, "Kat,
Yeah.
are you okay?"
No, I'm not personally. I don't know what was going on in there, and I thought, no, I know. I saw Alistair again, and I don't know what was in the woods, but I don't think we should go back in there yet.
And Six puts his hand out to you. He says, "Okay, let's follow the path together."
Kat looks around, and he sees Senna, and he sees, Arcs, and he sees Dane, and she takes a deep breath. He goes, "Okay," he grabs your hand and is like, "Let's keep going."
As you guys step back into the road, you were really focused on each other for a couple minutes. You hadn't taken a moment to take in your surroundings, but now that you're back on the road, you realize that things are not right. Things are, in fact, very wrong. Everything around you is different. The mist is the same. The mist still swirls through the canopies and hangs overhead. But when you went out to find and hunt some werewolves, it was the middle of the night. And now it's not. The sunlight doesn't quite touch you. The mist is too thick overhead. But the angle of the glow makes it seem like the sun must be near the horizon. Maybe you all passed out and slept until dawn? No, you're standing there trying to figure out what's going on, and you realize that you're losing light. The sun is going down. It's dusk. More and more details disturb you now. You look and see that the trees on either side of the road are not the same trees in the forest that you were all in. They're completely different species. Nothing is looking like it's flowering. Actually, instead, you see gnarled black trees with limply hanging leaves the color of muddy clay. It was just the end of winter. There was a little bit of snow left on the ground, but it was mostly cold. It's still a little bit chilly here. It kind of feels like it's autumn. It's a different season entirely. Where are you?
When are we?
How are we?
Fucked up.
How are you?
Fucked up. Oh god.
Yeah.
Rance is fucked up.
I didn't think you would put our fears in so early.
Immediately? Yeah.
You fucked us up.
I gave you a warning before the session started.
That's
Oh, it's great. I love it.
It was good. Just wasn't ready for it.
yeah, I wasn't
yeah, no,
expecting it
exactly.
yet.
It went from
The session's not quite over yet. We have a few more, a little bit more to go. Go ahead and keep telling me what you're gonna do next.
I think we
Go
should.
by 10, though.
We should maybe. This isn't where we were before. I think what's important right now is we find our bearings. Maybe follow the road until, I don't know, we see signs of civilization.
Well, question.
Answer.
Maybe
What?
more of a comment.
It's the Daily Double.
Maybe we shoot up something into the air to see if it lands anywhere that we can, justifiably see. Just to make sure we're not in like a shadow realm or anything like that.
What's a shadow realm?
I can do this. I can fly.
Yeah. Let us know what you see.
Why?
I can fly.
What a flex! You're like, yeah, I can fly now.
Oh, by the way,
Is this something we want to do?
Thank you. ABD.
What'd you say?
is there?
How about let's keep walking. This
Oh.
path. This
Follow.
this
Let's
path is
follow the
man-made,
road.
So
Before we do that,
somebody-
I take out all 50 feet of my rope and I say, let's just use the rope to keep ourselves together so we can't get lost again.
Tie our hands together.
Tie.
Or just a rope. Just
No,
like to our body.
let's just hold hands like we're in kindergarten and we don't get lost.
I think
Link to each other.
Well, if we're tied by rope though, we even if we let go,
We
we'll
can
slap-
still use our hands, and yeah. I like
I
the
know.
rope idea.
I'm.
That's still like kindergartners, though.
it's good. We can tie it around our waist, and then you get free.
And
for
just-
our
Yep.
hands.
Yeah. So
So-
we'll just be in like a nice file.
I'm not gonna do that, but I'll hold on to the rope.
Okay. Are we all gonna do that, or are we just not gonna do the rope thing?
Oh, I'm gonna tie it around my waist. Arx is already tying it around his waist.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Dane's double knotting it. He's making sure that's tight.
Six does as well.
Yeah, we're all just like,
So
I'm not losing you all again. I'm not doing that again. Not at all. Not.
Rough. Dane also slips his ring in Nim's pocket.
I was actually gonna thunderclap when I got into that world. I was gonna thunderclap, but I didn't know what that was gonna do.
Should you want Six to be in front?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Before we do that, do you want to fly up really fast?
You want me in front?
Hey Dane, do you want to fly up really fast?
Is there a reason I can't control my token?
Is it because I'm dumb? Because
I have
could be
control of it.
I have control of no tokens.
I thought something was kind of funky.
hold on. Oh, yep, I clicked the wrong thing. I'm so sorry.
I was
You
like,
have control of your token again.
Thank you. I'll be in back and watch out from the back.
Yeah, watch out for that Senna character. I'm not.
That's
I
not
have
what I was doing. I'm making sure we don't get attacked up behind us.
Still concerned. Okay, let's go. Noom, follow us out. We'll follow you out.
Are we going left or right?
I guess right,
Oh.
deeper into the forest.
Yeah. That.
Should we-
wait, can we
just
just-
here? I guess we just don't know our bearings right now.
Yeah,
Do a survival check to see if you can get some bearings.
I don't think I have good survival.
I don't,
It's
but
pretty
I will
Fucked
try
up right
and
now.
I will try anyways. At least figure out which way is up.
Yeah, I don't have good survival.
All right, so
Next.
Six, with your survival check, you're kind of trying to take in your surroundings. Try to take in whatever details you can. First of all, from the angle of the light, you notice that the sun seems to be going down in this direction to your left.
So that
It's going
appears
Down
west.
this way. As you're
Um,
looking around more, yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. Yeah. So, looking to the left and looking to the right, it looks like you can see pretty well in the left direction. To the right, after, let's see, how many feet is this? This is 60 feet. We'll say a little bit further past where the edge of the screen is. We'll say like 70 or 80 feet. The mist is sort of like coming to like a wall sort of thing, where the visibility is better in this direction as opposed to this direction.
Right. Yeah. Six will go to the other direction as far from the fucking fog as he can get.
Oop, everyone's frozen.
Start to. And
Okay,
the whole time
so
he's
you
like
start-
holding on. He's tied on the rope and he's also holding the rope, just to like double check.
It's a good idea. All right, I guess we're going out. I guess I'm in the back now. Let's do it.
No, I'll switch around.
Okay, I'm in the middle now. I'm safe. I'm also the tallest, so it kind of works out. And just be like, "Fwam, fwam," like Iron Man. Fwam, Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast.
What?
So you guys start marching down the road in that direction. And after a little while, the sun finally goes down and it gets to be night. And it's real dark here. But it was just night before all this happened, so at least that's a little bit the same.
It's just daylight savings time.
Yeah, because daylight. Yeah, I'm not even gonna touch that joke. I know, it just feels so much later. You guys are marching down the road, and it gets to be night. But the road keeps going on. And you keep marching for a little bit longer. It's been about an hour now. And finally, up ahead, around it, you see something on the right-hand side of the road. You guys are on the far right here. Up ahead on the right-hand side of the road, you get kind of closer to this bend. You can see that there is a tombstone on the side of the road. The ground in front of it looks to be somewhat freshly laid. You know, didn't happen today. Probably not more than a couple months old, if that. But it's just off the side of the road there.
Six will pull a rope to kind of go up next to it and see if there's anything written on it.
Yeah, so you notice a couple of things. First off, you look at the tombstone itself, and you see crudely carved into the stone. You see the name Ember Sonora.
Sonora.
Oh.
That's the people! Ember was with Sylvanus and Isaac.
What?
Ember.
Oh, Ember, they're two different.
She was a gnome who traveled
Okay.
with Sylvina.
I thought that was. I thought Ember Sonora was one word.
Ember Sonora is
it's a
first
magical
last,
spell.
First and last name.
It's a magical spell. This is the grave of Ember? She was, I suppose, a party member of Sylvina. That means Sylvina.
As you're inspecting the grave, you notice that there is something stuck into the ground. Looks kind of metallic.
What's that? Can we pull that out?
What? Get trapped.
So we'll go to pull it up.
So you reach down to pull up the piece of metal in the ground. And as you touch it, an arm just reaches out of the ground and grabs your wrist. You pull back and fall backwards a little bit. Everyone else, you just saw Six reach down and pick something up, and all of a sudden lurch back and fall backwards into the road.
I reach out my hand to help pick him up, and I go, "You okay?"
Look. Did you guys see that?
No.
What are you talking about?
I turn back to the. Is it what kind of? What is it sticking out? Is it like cylindrical or?
So it's in your hand now. When you pull it out of the ground, you realize that it looks like a brooch. You recognize this symbol because you saw it on the doors of the Stone family home.
Oh no!
I looked to Catherini and oh shit, that's cool.
That was really cool.
Oh, it's Trevor.
Wait, you like that I made that?
That's nice.
Do I see the same thing that he's showing me?
So pretty!
I show it up to you.
Do I see that emblem though, Thomas? Do I see that emblem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Six is showing the brooch to everyone. Catherini, you recognize this. This is this is. I mean, you would of course would recognize the Stone family emblem.
Yep.
You guys didn't see that hand?
Nope.
No.
What hand?
Six turns around and just like pats the dirt where it was.
Nothing.
Nothing. As soon as I reached to grab it, a hand came out and grabbed me. That's why I fell back. I wasn't expecting it.
Let me see your arm. Like, can we inspect his arm to see if there's like any like handprints there by chance?
Handprints?
Mm-hmm.
Show it up to you.
Yeah.
So you show him the arm. Have you guys ever like seen
It's
Six's
long
arm?
sleeve and a glove on that I'm just showing.
You don't pull anything back?
No, I'm just long sleeve and a glove.
Okay. Yeah, they can't see anything noteworthy.
I mean,
Okay.
we just went through a traumatic experience. It could be you are suffering mild hallucinations.
I mean, the brooch is
Six
real.
is gonna give the brooch to Catharini and like go off to the side a little bit, take off his glove, roll up his sleeve, and inspect.
It's like jumping up,
So
looking.
you're looking down at your arm in your hand, and you feel a sigh of relief as you don't see any visible marks on your arm where the hand grabbed you. You can't necessarily still feel it, but just the sort of like presence is lingering in your mind.
Okay.
But as you go to put the sleeve back down and your glove back on, you look up, and in front of you, you see a path leading into the woods in this direction. You can just start to make out something through the trees.
Guys, are there any points that direction? Do you see this little path up here?
Ah,
I mean, we do see it on the map, but will we see it in real life, Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
good
Okay.
find.
Yeah.
Good find,
Yeah.
fellow Six.
Fuck.
Shall we maybe head this way?
Ropes. Everybody got the rope. Everybody stay tied up. Let's go.
Yeah. And start to.
I just take a end of the rope and follow along.
Yeah, I'm gonna start to.
As you make your way down
Yep.
the path, you see a low wall with a gap in it where a rusted gate now lies. And beyond it, you see several other tombstones.
Oh no.
Shit.
And as you look around inspecting this area, hold on a second, sorry. As you look around inspecting this area, suddenly the ground begins to move. And out of a few different areas, rotted corpses start to pull their ways out of the earth, groaning and reaching up towards the sky. And 5 animated bodies, zombies,
No.
Fuck,
pull
man.
themselves out of the ground, look at you, and reach forward.
Weapons ready.
Oh.
And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Fuck, man.
No.
Thomas.
Dude.
I'm reeling right now.
If you ever felt rushed during the first 9 sessions of this adventure, it was because I wanted to get to this.
I'm excited to fight zombies. What
Congratulations,
the
you
fuck?
finished the first session of our main campaign.
Hold on. With the brooch, I'm gonna ask Alistair because he's here. It's Jake. Alistair, did Sylvie ever wear a brooch? I don't remember her wearing a brooch. I don't know. Tell me.
I mean, she had some
She was the daughter
clothing.
of some nobles.
She had clothes and different accessories with her clothes, I'm sure.
But she used to wear a bunch of armor. Like, why would she wear a brooch? It's not really
Mm,
her.
I imagine she probably had lots of accessories that she gave to her adventuring party or wore herself to distinguish herself as a noble woman.
That's fair. All right. Well, this could or could not be Sylvie's. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Shit, that was good. That was good. When you brought me into that space, I was like, what the fuck's happening? This fucking space. I was gonna thunderclap. I was gonna be like, Gah!
It's your go-to, man.
Jesus. That was
fuck.
I love that. That was
All right, time for our post game.